What's going on, Gary?
I don't know. How do I look over here?
Oh, man, looks like you moved to the basement. You're in a different studio or something.
Man, I feel backwards. My phone is over here. My laptop is over here. My camera is up there that don't work.
Yep. I can see you need to clean your corner of your garage up there in the corner up by the ceiling, a little dirty.
There, you can't see nothing now.
What's going on? Hey, who's this? Who's this? I don't know if I can do it right, but who's this? You ready? You see me?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
The hype man, the mullet man. You just watch him last day?
What? I saw that dude do that a few times. I'm like, what is this cat doing?
Barrett and Michael.
Do you know the backstory on that?
Yeah, they brought him in, the hype man.
Man.
Yeah, for the race. He was in all the winner circle pictures too. I don't know if you caught that. But,
I did.
Yeah, brought him in from San Diego, California. I think they met him at that race that Larry Larson won, that 10-5 deal. 100,000. That's where they kind of met him. He was kind of being like that, every time they hit the nitrous, wabba, he was getting into it. And the mullet man, he was awesome. Entertaining, no doubt about it.
Wow.
What's Donna saying? Goose has been waiting for an hour.
Jason Seibert, he almost made it unwatchable.
Was it a little too much, huh?
Yeah, I was like, every time, get out of here.
Yeah. Running back and forth. Oh my goodness.
There's Larry Hunt. Hey dudes, hey Larry. We will see you next week, Mr. Larry.
Are you ready? We got our tickets, we got our hotel. Need gas up the truck.
Gas up the truck. There's Jim Robinson. Matt Ray, what's up, Matt? Doug Perry. Jim Lauer, what's up, Jim? Goose is here. Hello, Goose household. She's been waiting for an hour.
He got all the chores done.
Got all the cows fed. Brian, evening, fellas. What's up, Brian?
Road trip wise.
Go chase down some car parts.
I wonder if he made it home by now.
Larry says Gary needs to go back to his OK's studio. We enjoy seeing his unfinished car and broken lawnmower. Well, old studio here. His old studio.
Old studio, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell him what's up.
I fired this off to drag Rodney in tonight, and my camera didn't work. All I had was a black box, which would probably look better than what you're looking at now. and I tried to. I discovered it too late. That's all. So I don't know what is wrong with my external camera that's above my big screen. So this stupid thing is the camera at the bottom of my laptop screen. It's not at the top. It's at the bottom. It's a terrible place to put a camera. So that's why I look like this. I was trying to find an ideal place to put this. I still got to be able to see the screen and run my keyboard, and that's kind of all hidden when I'm using the other deal. But man, so
hey, the show must go on, right?
The show is going to go on, even if I look silly over here on this side and things are kind of wonky. But
we can see your new toolboxes. You got them all set
up. There's a new toolbox over there.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Harper, what's up, guys? He says, hey, Mr. Harper. Woo, Mr. Harper. Mr. Well, I won't say nothing.
Mr. Harper, he's going to the banquet. Hopefully we'll see him next weekend.
Yes. We'll see the Harpers. What's Larry saying? Now we can see the dirt under your fingernails. Yeah.
Tracy.
I need to clip my nails. I need to
clip your nails and clip your nose hairs, apparently.
If I just do this, it looks like I'm picking the nose. Or it's this, right?
Pick your nose with your dirty fingernail.
I'm knuckle deep. Tracy. Hi, Tracy. There
we go.
Hi, Rod.
Hey, Gary. Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Can't see nose hairs or my chin hairs.
Oh my goodness. Man, what's some action going this weekend, man? The radio roundup. What a success. Went off like a bitch and fast cars. Just having a good time, man. I watched that whole thing play out.
Man, cool.
Yeah. No, seriously, shout out to, let me think about this, Antoine Maurice, right? Quote, "We outside." I watched his feed. Yep. And went back and forth to that and to the the World Cup Oil Down Nationals.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Some of that a little bit.
The import blow up fest.
Yeah. And so anyway, I was going back and forth there. Yes.
Yeah. Didn't Justin Martin win?
Yes.
LDR?
Yes. Running consistent 80s.
Yeah, man. He raced Devin in the final, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I talked to Devin about that. He started out with the 295s again, like last year, and it kept climbing the ring gear, and so they when going into E2, they put the 275s back on, and he was making good looks. Then made it to the final.
Oh, okay.
And, got up against Mr. Red, Big Martin.
Tracy was, or whoever it was. Oh, Larry talking about my dirty fingernails. Doug says maybe that's how they got dirty. With the nose.
Man, they got you figured out.
Man, got all my tricks.
Yeah,
Justin won that. Scott Taylor come over and he won the no time, right?
Right. He raced Cody Jones, and it looked like that was Chase's car, right? The kid.
Looked like the Firebird, yeah. Yep.
And then our very own, right, Michael Yingling in the dart.
Yep. The dart
zone from Arkansas. 7 rounds, Gary. He went 7 rounds.
That was the 128 deal, right?
Yeah.
The tremendous check. Did you see that check?
10,000.
Woo! Holy crap, man.
10,000. Hello.
That's awesome. That's a great payday.
No kidding. 7 rounds. 506 was the chip draw. 490 to 510. 506.
Man, that's so cool.
Right in his wheelhouse, and just turned on the green light every time, man. That thing, I like that little dart, man. That thing's cool.
Yep, it's a cool looking car.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Swanson, the white El Camino, the guy we sent our injectors to in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He won one of them classes. I don't remember which one.
Jeep Street, I want to say.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm not for sure 100%, but I did see him in the winner's circle as well. Some of those pictures had so many people in there, you couldn't tell what check it was.
Yeah, like was it Justin's picture? You couldn't even see the car. There's so many people in there.
Yeah. But that's all. They got the check, they got the whiskey, they got the bottle, got the money. So that's all good stuff, man.
You spent your money and drank all your whiskey, didn't you, from last year?
I spent my money, but like we talked about drinking the whiskey, but I agree with you. I think I'm just going to keep it in a little wood box. It's right over there next to the bottle.
Yeah, it's some cool stuff, man.
It is cool, man. They give you hundos right there.
Yep. Yeah, I was in and out watching it, and between that, like you said, the World Cup, and so I was kind of bouncing back and forth. But looked like some really awesome cars down in Texas as usual. Yeah. Kind of seemed weird not being there, didn't it?
I know. It was a weird weekend for me. I kind of had my thumb in my mouth the whole time, around here.
Little patio lips.
Yeah. I mean, I had my bottom lip out. It's kind of our thing going into the winter. And, of course, we'll have the banquet, then we'll run to PRI in a few weeks. But, yeah, just kind of, see everybody. And then, of course, in the pre-pictures, we saw Foreman. We saw Linker. We saw TJ Gatlin. Some of those I didn't get to see make a pass, but I saw them kind of setting up. You know what I mean?
Yep. So back up to Thursday morning. Did you go to work Thursday?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Thursday morning, about mid-morning, I'm like, man, we should be on our way to Texas.
I know. We'd be at Denton right now at the Buc-ee's. You know what I mean?
Having the Buc-ee's stop. That's right.
Yep.
Getting some gas and sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm playing it back in my head. Where did I go wrong? I'm not racing. But we'll get it next year. I'm just so glad, man. They had such a great event. No, knock on wood, like no major issues, no real, you know what I mean, 3-hour oil downs or however you want to say it. And they got done like at 12:30 on Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you saw that, and we was at what 5 a.m. or 5:30
a.m. We were in the winter circle picture.
Holy cow!
Last year, I mean, holy cow.
Did you talk to Devin a little bit?
Yeah, just messaging back and forth.
Is his back sore? Get him.
He didn't mention it at all.
Jam up his back, and he come down on a hard one again.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't mention it at all.
Jim says, "See you guys at PRI." Who all's going?
Yeah,
Jim?
man. Heck yeah.
Who's going over there on your guys' side? Tim and you and Chopper and who else?
Heck yeah.
I say Chopper. I don't know. I just assume, but who's going, Jim?
That'll be great, man. Hang out with some Jim.
Yeah, and Don Erwin, if you're watching, let us know if you're doing okay or having trouble getting in. We haven't got him in the bottom studio yet, and not sure if he's having some trouble. So
send him a little message.
See, make sure everything's good on his end.
But great weather. I saw people walking around their little shorts and hats, and then they were layered up at night, you know.
Oh, you know what? I'm just trying to figure out how I want to say this without. I'm just going to say, I became a fan of a new racer this week.
Okay, good.
Mr. Taylor in that dang Pro Mod.
Oh my goodness!
How's that?
How's that? Man,
they reset
licks after licks. Him and Carl Stevens. Man,
reset that record. Jimmy Taylor, that's his name.
Yeah,
man, I became a fan of Jimmy Taylor this week, dude. Man, reset that record at 5:11.
5:11.
5:14, right?
I thought I saw 5:11. What was the mile an hour?
Well, it was 5:14 from Todd Moyer a couple years ago, I think.
Oh,
yeah, and they got it. He went 5:11 at, I don't know, 350,000 mile an hour or something.
It was. I thought it was starting at 400s. It was so much.
Man,
that and the Eagle was just blowing up the mile an hour this weekend.
Oh yeah, 261.
Yeah, 261.
Woo, jeez, that's crazy.
My knees.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive stuff. Jim says Tim and I and maybe Eric.
Cool. Oh, cool.
Good deal.
He only hangs around cool people. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, and then sometimes we pop up
if we're lucky.
Yeah, and that takes the coolness down a little bit.
Yeah, just a notch. It's Kansas boys.
Yeah.
Well,
but
you got a picture or two? You want to talk about the banquet?
Yeah, let's hit that real quick. Which banquet? Let's hit that. Let's shout out to these partners here. Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color, Collision Repair, TNS Race Cars, Titans F10.5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest, Mobile Recon, Mobile Detailing, Harry Street Carpet, and Sandlin Iron and Metal. As the year winds down, thank you so much for these awesome partners that have been racing and hanging out with us all year in 2025. Thanks a bunch.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
Man.
Good shout out.
Turkey Day is a couple weeks away, 3 weeks or so.
Yeah. Yes.
Man, it's
a
weird, it's a weird time of the year where it goes super fast here on out. You
got to burn on your vacation. We got to go.
Yeah.
Go to the casino next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The Mid-America Dragway Banquet is coming next February. You can find all the info on that on their Facebook page or their website, February 28th. So check that out. And we was sent this early this evening, late this afternoon. This is the 12th annual Southwest Missouri Drag Racers Hall of Fame reunion and induction. Come bench race and honor our inductees into the Hall of Fame and check out over 75,000 square feet of indoor car show at the Hot Rod Holiday. Hall of Fame reunion will be Saturday evening only. And this is the Southwest Missouri Drag Racers Hall of Fame, November 22nd, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Ozark Empire Fair Eplex. Rod, who is going to be inducted that we know?
Man, I think that we got a spectator among us, right? We got a legend among us, Goose Neubauer, right?
Mr. Goose.
Yeah, that's what the word going around the campfire is. He's getting ready to be inducted.
That's awesome. Isn't it?
That is so awesome.
And this,
so awesome. Congratulations.
This is based off of his tractor pulling days, right? Is that what I understand?
That's what I understand as well. And plus, he's got something to do with the little fast third gen going around right now.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
But yeah, man, congratulations. Fantastic. Yep. And well earned, you know what I mean? Well deserved. This guy, he called me midweek. You know, he heard a little something on Facebook about a post that was put out about Mid-America, Mr. Maybrower, and he was asking me about it. And then we got to talking and you know what I like about Goose too, we talk about race cars, and then he'll check it up and goes, "Hey, how's your family? What's going on? How you doing?" You know, he's just just a great person. Great person.
Yeah, that's congratulations, Goose. That's a great honor.
Yeah.
So this is the 12th annual.
Yeah, cool.
Neat. And I think Don ERWIN was inducted in this. I think 2016. I think
you're right. And wasn't Mr.
Al? Al? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, maybe at the 58th annual, me and you will get in. You know,
58th annual. Yeah.
Another 45 years of doing this.
That's Southwest Missouri. We're not from Southwest Missouri.
Oh, that's right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. November 22nd.
Yes. Surely we could drag up something else to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Nothing back from Dawn.
So just back it up here. You guys probably seen Gary's invite where we asked Don to come on, and he, of course, man, that guy is just so. I don't know him that well, and I just like him already. You know, he's just so I'll be honored and humble, and you sure I could do this, and of course we're absolutely, you know, it'd be great. So he has given Gary. Started yesterday until this morning too. Just my phone's dinging, ding, 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 and he's just loading these pictures in. And so we are waiting for him to come in. We sent him the link, and it looks like Larry's going to help us out a little bit.
I can tell you the number of pictures that I put a number on. It was like 110.
Right.
I can't load 110 pictures in here, but I used all of them that I could.
Yeah. Well, and I was just flipping through the pictures, man, and just incredible.
Awesome.
One thing I know about him already, from him being from Missouri, he's a Ford fan, and he likes the color red and white.
Red.
Likes the color red and white.
Yes, so, I noticed that too. Red trailer, red truck, red car. I was like, man,
he's a die-off Ford. Even the 70s, man, those Trinos and Mustangs.
Yeah. Don said he's in the studio. Man.
I'm not seeing him down there, Gary.
Well, let me resend it.
I wonder if it came off another link or something.
I don't know. I will send it again here. Oops.
Larry asked Don if he sees us in because if he's in the studio, as you know, he should be able to see us.
Huh.
And if you can talk to Don, Larry, tell him that Gary just sent another link to him.
Oh, there's Tim Alt. What's up, Tim? Good evening, boys. From Amarillo, Houston. Hello. Amarillo. Hello.
You're getting ready to do that.
That'll never get old.
Oh, man.
Everybody listening to Here's That might get tired of it, but me and Tim will never get tired of it.
And that's a Larry King reference? Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. He would take incoming calls at night, and it would pick up. It'd be Wichita, hello. That person calling from Wichita or Houston, hello. And then he would start having his conversation with them. Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Oh, yeah. We've been doing that for 30 years.
I see Eric Summer watching.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, I had my deal. I had my phone closed. There's Scott Linker. What's up, Scott?
What's up, Scott? So I'm making some licks and testing.
Caleb Hall says Don has had some of my favorite cars over the years. His paint scheme is really unique. Thanks for the show, guys. Great content. Thanks, Caleb Hall.
Appreciate it, Caleb, on YouTube.
Hopefully there's nothing wrong on our studio side, but you was able to get in.
Yeah. And I seen that link again that you just sent through.
Yeah. It had the same numbers in it too. I saw it. So, the I don't know what you call it, the unique numbers.
Yeah,
letters
the
and
URL,
numbers.
if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Larry said he just talked to him, so.
Weird. Maybe we should have tested this afternoon. Yeah. That's all right. It'll be worth the wait. He's gonna have some stories, some good ones.
I already got my first question ready for him.
Oh man,
Ready.
Larry says calling him now.
All right. Standing by to stand by.
He might be into somebody else's show. He might be in somebody else's.
He's just Wes Buck. That's what's going on.
That's right.
He's the man, the legend right there.
Wes says, let me talk to that Hall of Famer.
Let me talk to that Ford guy.
Typical Ford guy.
Come on, Larry. Take it easy, Larry. Take it easy.
I'm a red guy too,
Yeah, that's right. Red Mustang.
Man.
You just got the later version of the Ford in there. You just got the latest version.
Yes.
The 2.0.
The copycat version.
Yes. That's the one.
Yeah.
Man, it's so cool. Goose getting inducted. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
And just for them to have that, it's just fantastic.
And that'll be
stuff like that more often for, sportsman type racers,
Yep. Is there a Kansas Hall of Fame thing like that?
I don't know. I would say not, because you would already be in it.
You should start it. Rodney Dowell presents the Kansas Racers Hall of Fame.
No. Who would be the first inductee? JR, Vern Holzman. Golly,
all the Holzmans.
I'm just trying to think of all the old timers.
Yep.
Wayne Roberts.
Somebody bring up something to talk about.
Well, that's your job, Gary. You got any more pictures, or you got them all loaded with Dawn?
Oh, everything else is Dawn.
Oh, okay. You don't have no radio roundup photos?
I don't. No, I wouldn't have had. I wouldn't have had room for them. I would have had to.
Pete, that's a good one.
Huh?
Scott Linker said Richard Pete. Remember old Rich Pete?
Oh yeah, Richard Pete. Yep. Hey, we just talked about this a second ago before we actually came live. We was talking about AJ Taylor's post. He shared that post about somebody brought up again clocks on races, and the it sold out in minutes. Clocks on. That's where it's at.
That's where it's at. AJ Taylor. Yeah, he shared. There it is, Wayne Roberts.
Wayne Roberts, haven't heard that for a while. How's his racing program going? Matt, if you follow the Midwest Drag Race Series, or is that right?
Yep.
Midwest Pro Mods or something like that. He races in that at every race. You see his car.
Yeah. Scott, I saw you down there. You make some hits. Were you guys just testing, or did you? I didn't see you getting eliminations. I didn't know if you were racing no time or what exactly, but car looked good. Hopefully it ran good for you. And
it looked super good. Phew, man. Really nice looking car. Look cool, man.
Very cool.
Oh yeah. So broke.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
You got a ton of money, Scott. You're not broke.
I'm sure he's talking about the automobile.
I know. he went to the casino. He's broke. Don said he can't see or hear anything, just looking at himself on his phone.
See you not clicking the link?
I don't know. Onto something, but had pressure problems.
Dang it.
Sorry dang it.
Yeah, it looked good out there, though. I saw TRZ kind of gave you a shout out. And, of course, you guys looking good, set up good. Looks like you had 2 or 3 licks in with testing on Thursday and then, of course, Friday. But yeah, that whole event was so smooth. I mean, it was just incredible.
Yeah. Has anybody figured out why, like, these index classes turn the clocks off? Is there anybody know reason why behind that?
Are you talking about like the little gangster? Or which one are you talking about? There?
Yeah, like some of them index deals, like they have the clocks off.
Yeah,
pretty strange. Tim said 900-mile round trip yesterday and came home empty. Gary, holy smokes! Where did you go, Tim? Like North Dakota or something?
To that point, Gary, too. I saw a few, talking about the little gangsters class, if you will. I think they called it Mean Street or Extreme Street. Take that back. You could tell that this guy went through first, you know what I mean, just by the taillights. But the other lane, the wind light came on, so he must have broke out. Because like you said, they don't have any times.
He says, I can see myself.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, Barrett and Michael are solid dudes. We'll see them at PRI as well.
Yeah.
What an event. The VIP tent, the juniors, 37 entries. Then they had the Hot Wheel deal going at 10:30. Had that going live.
Yep.
The Hot Wheels.
Power Wheels.
I had money on the Hot Wheels when we were there. The little person, what was her name? Ashley or something?
Oh,
8 years old, won $2,000.
The little girl that was pitted next to us.
Yeah. Heck yeah, that was awesome.
Tim went to Tyler, Texas. What was you going to Tyler to get that you didn't get?
Texas.
Man. Oh. Really very strange that he can't see this. Weird. What is that? Oh, that's the same invite guest. Huh. Invite, share. I don't think we've ever had this problem before. Larry says, I took a screenshot of the StreamYard link and gave him directions. Hopefully he gets on.
Thank you, Larry.
Man, I can't wait to see them guys next weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
Larry and Al and all the Missouri boys.
Yep. It's going to be good.
Stanley Ray, Hughes, the Browns.
Even Arkansas, Parsons and all those boys too.
Yep. Did you go outside today?
Just because I had to. It was cold. I think we woke up to the 30s. And
Tim says, my friend wanted an 81 Bandit Trans Am. Tim, I am your friend. What are you doing here?
Sounds like they went and looked at one and didn't bring it back.
Must have been a pile of junk. I want
for 30,000. You know what I
mean? Yeah,
right.
If I buy one, it's gonna be a 77 or 78.
Ooh, can't wait, Larry. Can't wait.
Flying Piston Trophy headed your way. That's you.
I'm excited about that.
Flying coming to Hayesville, Kansas. Any news on Gary's car? I talked to my painter yesterday, and he said he was sanding it at the moment.
I thought it was already painted orange and black.
Well, that was the other day. It's a new holiday coming. It's
okay. Oh, we getting ready for Thanksgiving?
Turkey Day is coming. We got to find a new paint team.
Oh man, I didn't think about that. Kind of have a like. What you need is Elmer Fudd up there with the gun. You know what I mean? And
hunting wabbit.
That turkey. Yeah. There you go.
Bandit is 78. Tim says 32,000, Rodney, and it was a piece of junk.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's right.
Yeah, Larry, while we're waiting, let's hear some updates on Gary's car. I talked to the painter. He's sanding on it. I must have been really bad on my car because he's sanding the whole car. and sanding on the doors, and his wife and one of the other guys in there says, "Why are you working on the door? It was already painted, but it's just stuff he didn't like." So he's and it was painted back in 2013.
Sure.
So well, it's gonna make it better.
He is. That's exactly right. And I think you made a comment on things you told me, so you'll get it all cleaned up for you.
Yep.
It's gonna look good.
Yep. And I'm going to swing in there in a couple weeks on the 21st. We're going to be doing some running around up around Salina, and I'm going to swing in. I need to take him some Zeus fasteners and stuff for the hood and all that kind of stuff to get finished up. And I dialed Mark Brown's number, and there was no answer, so he's busy. I didn't really need anything. I was just going to get an update from him and tell him what I knew about the body work. So. That's all I know.
Sounds good.
That's all the info I got from Salina.
Yeah.
For now. Yeah.
No, that sounds good.
Yep. And maybe on the 21st, I'll stop in at Mark's too and just poke my head in and see.
Poke it in there.
Larry says, I got my transmission in yesterday. My car is headed to Beeler's December 1st for some chassis updates. And so it begins.
Man, look at you. Motor in, training in. This is awesome.
Chassis jail. You can shove it in chassis jail.
Yep. And Goose picked out the color. So that's
Goose, orange and black. Yeah.
That's it. That's the only ones.
Mm-hmm. It is orange and black. You been able to do anything to your car yet, Rod?
Oh, yeah. Same deal. Starting to freshen up the training with a kit.
Oh, cool.
Here and, do my annual go through it and the transmission.
You need a hand with that transmission stuff? You need a hand?
Oh, yeah. Come on over.
I don't know nothing about it, but.
That's all right. I don't either.
I can sure mess it up and see if you can find out what I messed up. Can you find it? Where's Waldo?
Yeah. Oh, man. A guy brought me a transmission one time in 3 boxes.
Oh, geez.
Hey.
Like a puzzle?
Yeah. And he was missing some of it. They didn't bring the whole training with him.
Well, it was pieces from 3 different transmissions, probably.
Probably. But it worked. I got it together.
It worked. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. That's funny. That is funny.
Well,
black wheels. Yeah.
Black wheels. Boo. Well, we found out just before the show that we will probably get to fly to Indy to PRI and not drive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's looking on the up and up.
Yeah, which way did we?
Are you there?
Yeah.
You're kind of locked up a little bit in the robot.
Okay.
Oh, I can kind of hear you.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, you're there. I see if you're kind of locked up there. You're kind of fuzzy. Yeah, Doug, no dirty wheels. That's right. No dirty wheels. No dirty wheels. Yeah, get everybody back working in the tower and the airplanes flying, and we'll get to go for a ride instead of take a 10-hour drive.
I didn't know we'd be driving.
We have to borrow a private jet from Linker. He's probably got a private jet available.
Probably does.
Rodney probably has a pilot license.
I can get us a private jet. It just costs us a little bit of money.
And if we need a part welded on, I can take care of that.
That's funny.
You'll probably see Darcy. I know he was there last year, but I didn't see him. We usually see him every year.
Yeah.
And we got Tim. We always get a selfie and send you a selfie. You know that. So there's another one coming if I see Darce. Yeah, I don't think I've seen him last year.
Hopefully, you can see your engine block guy again. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah. It sounds like Dart. Did you hear that Foundry news on them? They're changing Foundry. So this,
Foundries.
Yeah, that stuff's gonna be backed up a little bit, probably. Just build it, I guess.
I guess
1, 2. So that's 4 weeks from Wednesday.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Golly.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah. I don't have very many work days between now and then that I'm actually going to go work. I got some vacation to cook. Jim says, I can tell your painter to paint it white. I don't know what color to paint it.
Yeah.
I told him whatever.
Tomato red.
I told him whatever the last car he painted in the booth, if there's any left in the can, just shoot it.
That's the easiest way. Then you don't have to clean the gun. You know what I mean?
And keep it. Somebody else already paid for the paint.
Yeah, just keep it going. You know, you're rolling one. It's like assembly line. You just roll one out. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. As long as that hose will reach. You know what I mean?
Larry says Don is trying to install Google Chrome as his phone didn't have it. Oh.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if that's I've got Google Chrome, but I don't use it all the time. Maybe that's the key. I don't know. I've got an iPhone. It's a superior, speaking and listening device. I don't know. Maybe he's got an Android. I'm a superior being with an iPhone over here. That's my story. It's the only kind of phone I know how to run.
Mm-hmm.
Google Chrome. Yep. White, Jim. It's not going to be white. I can tell you that.
No.
Maybe the primer he's using is white. Maybe Jim's already seen it. Huh. That's possible. Oh, let's see. I don't even have anything to.
Yeah, no, we can't have too many white cars in the camp. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
yeah, Larry said he's on Android.
He just got a phone, didn't he, Larry? I think so.
Man. Yeah, that message you sent me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's okay either way. You know what I mean? Because it's if we just don't have nothing else and it don't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, we can try him again in a couple weeks.
But we definitely have his pictures loaded. Just having a little technical difficulty, and
I got some technical difficulty too on my camera.
Yeah, that's true too. And
yeah,
that's all right. But hate to have everybody just kind of hanging.
No, just not much, and really didn't load much. It mostly, it was all Dawn stuff because there was so much stuff, and just really wasn't much else in front of that with kind of a slow racing season for us at this point.
Yeah, it's wrapping up.
And saved most of the space on the photo loading for Don stuff.
And they're fantastic, and he's got a story to tell. And that's he's going to be 2.5 if we started on time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
40 minutes in. So, but
that's why I told Tiffany earlier. I'm like, this might be a long one. This guy has been racing a long time, and the pictures he sent, he's going to have some super awesome stories.
Yeah. Super awesome.
Yep. Matt says,
Matt Ray. For me, like I was telling a second ago, I pulled the tranny, starting to freshen it up. I'll I got both engines at Mark's, and I'm in the same deal. I'm expecting a call, the next few weeks. We'll see how it goes to get the 400 back together, and then not doing nothing too crazy over the winter. Gary and I talked about, daggone it, what's it called? John Caustic, is that right? Am I saying that right?
Oh, the wing, yeah.
Yep. The wing. I was thinking about doing one of those. It looked nice. Gary's got one of those, and little monkey see, monkey do, because it looks so nice. And but yeah, that's just it for me. Super excited about racing Titans again next year. Also been talking to Taito about racing their series.
Yep.
Going to kind of see what happens with Mad, because I saw that announcement that came out. Yep. And we'll just put a schedule together and go from there.
Hey, since you brought it up, I got a question about the wing. If you do a new wing,
yeah,
are you going to leave it plain carbon look, or are you going to have it painted white?
I think I'm going to do the lane. That's a good question, because I've been seeing like both ways and doing some side by side, and I definitely think I'm going to leave it the carbon look.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Yep.
It just looks so good already, and then from a distance too, from a distance it doesn't stick out as much as when it's not the body color,
Right.
No, it's I think he called it a combine motor or something. I don't remember. He called it something like that.
Yeah.
What did he call it?
I forget what he called that piece of equipment.
Like it's out in the grain field to run the water. What was that?
A stasher or
something. Yeah.
Combine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what he called it.
Yeah.
A 400. That's a little girly motor. A 400.
Oh, that's a good motor right there. 400. Let's go. I'm definitely looking forward to 2026 for real. And
well, it's not very far away.
I know, man. What is it? 20 weeks we'll be testing.
Oh, Jim. What's going on with Mad? You have mentioned it a couple of times.
Just get on their website or their Facebook and you read it.
Page.
Yeah. Yep. But we'll just see how it plays out. That's why I wondered if I saw your banquet. We forgot to talk about another banquet. Don't we got another banquet coming up?
Oh, yeah. The one we're going to next.
That's what he said.
Corn binder. 400 corn binder. I must have moved it to make room.
And that's in Seneca, right? Seneca, Missouri, about 3.5 hours for us.
Yep.
And I'm excited for that. So it's next Saturday, which is the 15th, right?
Yep.
And it's I thought I saw it said happy hours at 5.
Yep.
Dinners at
6. Is that right? 6 or 7?
Around the top 3 or something like that. And there'd probably be a little bit of gambling going on, a little bit of bench racing going on. And Goose fronted me some walking around money to get some skirts, where those are. I didn't bring enough. And he told me the interest on that thing. He goes, I don't even want the principal back. Just the interest. Nah. Like it's almost $1,000 in interest. Yeah.
Gee whiz.
But I got it in my pocket. But
Tim sent me a picture.
Look at this, Gary. How to get a stack, you know what I mean, to pay Goose back.
Shoo-wee. Woo. Is that just the money to buy into the fan club?
That's it. That's all that is.
The Goose fan club.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the early sign autographs because it'll be right after the inductee to the Hall of Fame.
You and him both.
Yeah.
I can see myself and yeah, we'll have to try another time on Dawn. Tim sent me a picture of that Trans Am they looked at. Rodney, you froze up. Are you there, Rod?
I am.
Okay.
My whole screen just went black. I didn't touch anything.
Oh,
But it looks like Don sent us a message. Did you see that? He's still having difficulties there.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Tim
that's
sent
okay,
me.
Don. We'll catch up with him on the side.
Tim sent me a picture of that Trans Am. In this picture, it looks
Okay.
great. I mean,
Yeah, it looks. Is it black?
yep. He said an 81. Supposed to be a 34,000 mile car. Under the hood, looked like it was 234,000 mile car. Stripes in the bird were all cracked. The nose needed painted along with the rear spoiler and the roof. Gee whiz.
Jeez.
That's what I'm afraid of. I got my eye on them things all the time, and
Yeah.
they're not around here. It's it's a road trip.
Well,
and
even when I bought the mock, I put inside the United States when I was
Yeah.
looking. And you're right. You just you gotta do that. Luckily it was in Tulsa, but I found one in Texas and in Connecticut. And you see what this is Donna right here. She said, "Don't give him a big head, guys." That ain't Goose. That's Donna.
Oh.
Talking about being the legend.
Oh man, that's funny. Will he even be able to get out of the complex or the
I
convention
don't know
center?
if he'll have to walk through sideways, you know what I mean, to get through the door.
We'll have to cut a hole in the ceiling and pull him out of the roof.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. When it rained out at Mocan, he said, "You got a quarter? You got a quarter?" And I was like, "I don't know. Well, what are we doing?" We're just sitting around. He goes, "Let's pull your stack out. Let's start betting quarters." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I'll bet your entry fee right now on coin flip."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'll bet your stack gets my stack." I was like, "Man, Goose." So luckily there was no quarter around, but
No quarter.
Such a good time.
No quarter. That's funny.
Oh man, Goose, man, my man.
Good times at the track.
Yeah. All right. Well,
what do you think? Should we?
I think, just for everybody's sake, it's on. Apologize. Obviously, we're having technical difficulty. Yep. First time, 102 shows, not too bad.
Yeah, really. That's a good point. Good observation.
Yeah. And Don's not being able to get in. You can see Gary had a little problem, but he still came on with his backup camera. But that's okay. We'll work on Don this week and do a little side we can do a little thing where we get in the studio and he just sent us a picture that Gary's looking at. He's trying to get in on his phone and but that's okay. It's all good, but we'll try it again.
Hang on. He sent that, and it shows display name where you type in your name.
Yeah, I see it.
And it's kind of one of them deals like you have to have a name in there. It's kind of highlighted red, like maybe it won't let you go any. It won't let him go any further unless he puts a name in. If that's the case, that's a new one because I didn't know that.
Oh, it's all right. We'll just need to get him on a laptop.
Yeah. And I like he's got a Ford shirt on. It looks really cool.
Oh, he's ready. He's a Ford man.
The studio's aggressive. Who can add you to the stage? Yeah.
Oh man, Matt Ray's dogging your camera, Gary. Oh, wait, he might have just sent that to me. My bad.
That's what it was. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something about typing your name in there, I guess I missed.
Hey, Don.
I've been sitting there looking and waiting and everything, and Larry's called me and everything, so I didn't know what was going on. Hey, if I was a smart on electronic stuff, I'd run a turbo car.
You don't have to be smart to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty embarrassing, but I mean, like I said, I'm an old man. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, no apology necessary. Apology necessary. But appreciate you joining in, though.
All right, yeah, I put you way too late, I know, but
Yeah.
Might ought to try to practice deal before, but like I said, once I typed my name in, it's good to go. And I just didn't do that because it kept saying, well, that's over with. I'm here.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all good. It's all good.
Hey, and if we get like too drug out, we can bring you back in like next week when we do some banquet stuff after the banquet on Sunday. We can bring you back in on Sunday.
I will do whatever you guys want to do. Yeah, like I said, I'm easy to get along with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of cool stuff. These pictures you sent, these clips, dude.
I sent a lot of pictures, and I was going to try not to make sure I didn't talk about any streetcar racing on that old stuff, and that just makes it a lot easier, on that part.
Sure. Well, cool, man. We appreciate you getting on with us. We got it worked out.
Yeah, finally.
And you said, we asked you about this, and you said, dude, you'd be honored. And man, same from our side. We are honored to have somebody like you with us. So that's same to us, to you.
Well, I really am, because like I said, when you get old, the people down there now they just think I'm an old man out there with a bracket car or whatever, and stuff. And I've won a few races. Let's just put it that way. Set a few records.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. So, Gary, you want to get going for a little bit and then do a two-parter?
Yeah. Yeah, because you've got a ton of cool stuff you've done, and the pictures. You both froze up. You had something. Oh, you're not frozen. Okay, you're sitting real still.
Yeah, I'm just not moving.
Okay. Yeah. We can go for, these usually a couple hours on these deals. And if we get, an hour or so along here and we can wrap up the rest next week, that'd be just fine.
Okay.
No, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Hey, Don, quick question.
Yes, sir.
You've watched the show a couple times. I've seen you on
many times. Yes. Almost every week.
Oh, cool.
So you get the format and the rollout, but before we get on to the left, first question is, why do they call you Showtime?
You'll never understand that one. I've always did the wheelies and everything like that. Devin and Jason Brown, which you know extremely well, me and everybody knows that they're always the first in line, coming down for the call, when they call them in. My wife don't like to tow my car. She don't want to get in front of people or nothing like that. So every time I would know when it was going to call us, sometime I'd even go before they call us. I'd be the front in line. That way I could start my car at the top of the hill, drive down and not get hot and stuff like that instead of being back in the lane. Chris Dingman was always the announcer. And so when they get everything set up, ready to go, he said, okay, guys, it's showtime. And I was always the first car to drive around the list,
Wow.
And everybody thinks it's because of the wheelies and the driving and stuff like that. But every time Ted, should have wrote his name down, I can't think of it right now, but he was the one to come up with it. It was on a Bracket Racers Lounge website. He said, we ought to just call Don Showtime, because every time Chris Dingman says Showtime, Don is the first car to come around the corner. So that's how I got the name Showtime.
Great story.
Did Devin learn that from you then, getting up there at the head of the line?
I don't know. This is a little bit different because they're really concerned about the track prep and stuff like that. But Jason and I has been tight for many years. He always called me Dad. And now since Devin races and Jason's dad comes to all the races, he calls me Track Dad. He always says he was a son I didn't have. So me and Jason, we worked. Jason's one of the few people that's helped me with my car, but Jason will help me, anytime I ask.
Yeah.
That's great.
Another guy that helps you a little bit is Tito, right, Mark?
Tito's built all my cars. He's my chassis guy. Blake Hughes at 417 did the 66 street car, but Mark has built two of my cars from the ground up, and then the Thunderbird, he modified it from a small block to the big block, made the headers and the wiring, and did everything on it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. But Tito was working on my car back when he lived in Jefferson City when I first brought him the turbo car. So, I mean, it's been a long time.
Very
Wow.
good. So let's kick it off. Let's start all the way to the left, like we talked about. What was your first high school car?
Do you have a picture of that car there?
Is that it?
That's it. I bought that car when I was 14, just getting ready to turn 15. That is the only four-door car I ever owned. My dad wouldn't let me buy anything but a car from Lester Wilkerson over the Ford dealer at Ash Grove. That's where he bought all his cars. That's a picture of me and my brother getting ready to go to a baseball game.
Nice.
And I bought that car. Like I said, my first 3 cars, I paid for all of them just hauling hay. You know, that's the way I did it. Maybe the first 4 cars.
Wow.
You know, I was 15 and I ran a hay crew for the guy, and most of the time he would drive the truck to the places, but a lot of times I would drive it there and even into town, buy gas and stuff like that. Things have changed, you know, in that length of time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Did you play a little baseball in high school, or?
Played a lot of baseball in high school. My brother played college ball. The 3rd day of high school, my junior year, I was sliding into second base and I broke my hip.
Oh.
And when you're a junior and you can't even walk come Christmas time, your high school basketball and baseball stuff's pretty much done.
Ouch.
You know, because the younger kids always come up and stuff like that. But, you know, I played a lot of ball and stuff and enjoyed it. Still did. Played a lot of slow pitch and really enjoyed that a lot.
Right. Very cool.
Okay.
Did this car run good?
This car here had a 352 in it, and we called it a 289 and everything. And we ran it some, but the next car up is going to be the one that really got me going. You know, my second car, and I bought it when I was 16. That one right there. That'll get all the GM guys going.
Yeah.
GTO?
Pontiac
GTO, a
right?
67 GTO with a 400 in it. I had test drove a 67 Fairlane with a 394 speed GT car, and my dad wouldn't let me buy it because Lester didn't have it. Lester had this GTO, and he agreed to let me do it, so I bought it.
Okay.
And the good thing about this car is I was driving it around the Greensfield Square when I picked up my wife. And, you know, I don't know if she had got in the car if I had that Fairlane, so who knows, you know, so that might have been a good sight. And, yeah, we dated, and the first date we ever went to was 2-lane blacktop in Springfield, and she lived at Pennsboro out by Lockwood.
Keeper.
Wow.
There.
That's it.
Golly.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Is this the first car you took down the racetrack?
That is not the first car. My dad refused. If I even said anything about racing, I'd get grounded.
You're right.
I'll try to make this real quick, but where we drag racing in Walnut Grove is a county line up here. And if you go through there, even to this day, you can put your car in neutral and I can roll all the way into my house. And I've lived here on one side of the road since the last 50 years. And after baseball practice one time, me and those Dick Edwards and Roy Chisholm went out there, and they both had, one's a 58 Impala station wagon, and one of them had a 64 Impala 4-door, both 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the columns, and just me. So naturally, I got in the road and flagged, and as soon as they took off, my mom and dad rode around the corner of the highway, and there I stood in the middle of the road. And when them guys come back, they didn't know where I went, you know.
Right.
But my mom and dad, I really got in a lot of trouble. And my dad chewed on me, said, if you had a car, you'd have been racing. Oh, no, I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't, stuff like that.
Right.
And then, like, my dad was very competitive in sports and everything. And when I wouldn't tell him who won is when I got the whipping. Let's just put it that way.
Sure.
Because he wanted to know who won between the two cars.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what got you into cars? Because usually people come on here and he's like, oh, my dad, my uncle was into cars.
Like I said, my dad hated it. He was very, sports, we had the Converse shoes. We didn't have a lot of money, but we had everything we needed to play in sports and stuff in high school, you know. And this car right here, like I said, I was going to try not to talk about street racing. A bunch of guys from Springfield and Willard come down here to Walnut Grove and talked about the very place where we was at, and we raced. And I went out there and outrun all of them. Jim Cummins had the biggest Mopar around, and he always won everything. And I beat him twice that night. And we went home that night, and I parked my GTO there in the driveway and had to ride the school bus all week, you know, to school there and back. And I thought, I've got the fastest car in town. Here I am riding the school bus. But, you know, I didn't say anything to him. That's the way it is.
Yeah, that's it.
I have no problems. You know, that's the way it is. And then one night I took Christine home, and It's Christmas Eve, probably around 71. I was probably, well, I know I was still 16. And I went to sleep and ran off the side of the road and hit a culvert and flipped it 3 times end over end.
Dang.
You could still open both doors, but the front and the back end of that car was just crushed.
Oh,
You know, so I got rid of it and went on to my next one.
okay. Holy cow, man, that could have been bad.
It could have been. I don't think I even had a seatbelt on. I mean, this was in 1970. You know, it's, you know, just part of it.
Little lap belt. That no
Right. Yeah, that would have been. They always said if I had the lap belt on, the way that thing is flipping around, I might have broke my neck. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I lived through it. The Lord was good to me. The Lord's been real good to me my whole life.
That's right.
What
is your first car you took to the track?
Well, we're not to it yet because, see, I had to get married before I could ever race.
Okay.
So when I wrecked the GTO, this is what I had when I graduated. A 65, 289, 4-speed, 4-barrel car. I had headers on it, aluminum intake. That's the way I bought it. Naturally, my dad wouldn't let me modify it, you know, at that time.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the one I had.
Right.
Then I got married 2 weeks after I turned 18. And, you know, I started, well, on my 18th birthday, I went to Lily Tulip and applied at a cup factory and got a job. They held our paycheck for 2 weeks. And that was after the wedding, you know, before I got my paycheck. And I went to my dad, I had $40. I mean, the rent was $40 and I had 20. So I asked my dad to borrow $20 and he said, "You're a big kid, you're just going to have to make do. You got to learn how life is," you know. So my dad wouldn't even give me $20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I went to Bill Freeze, the guy I was renting from, and told him, he said, "You keep your $20 and pay me when you come back." You know, so we did all right, but we worked lots of overtime and stuff then. And so after this car, well, I still had this car, but I had a 69 Torino, and that's the first car I took down the track.
Okay.
When I worked at Sweetheart Cup, we worked midnights, and they had Wednesday night grudge session down at the old Rogersville track. Not Rogersville, Ozark. That was before they even built the one at Rogersville.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it right there, my 70 Torino. It's a 429 Cobra Jet car. It had 30,000 miles on it. It was a Ram Air car. You know, I'd take it to Mocan. And then probably the next picture. Well, this is how I got it out there as a 38 to 4,000 pound car. I pulled it behind a 6-cylinder 3-speed on the column F100 Ford on a borrowed pipe trailer. But we thought we was big time. We was going to the drag races, you know. So we run out there. And that other picture, you could notice, I don't know if you did notice, that Mocan didn't even have guardrails. See, they didn't even have guardrails at that time.
No.
It shows how old it was. It's probably 1973 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think we ran at Ozark, the old Ozark track in 73. And in 74, I started going to Mocan.
Okay.
Yeah. So we ran that car. I never did have slicks on it or anything like that. It ran 13 flat. I don't think it ever made a 12-second pass. I mean, it spun real bad and everything. We didn't know anything about suspensions or anything.
Oh, yeah. Just getting started.
Yeah. Well, I was an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
But I was big time. I was dragging my car to the drag strip, you know, with a borrowed pipe trailer and an F100. And right there is at the drag strip. You can see back behind there, you can tell it don't have the guardrails, and that's when it was out at the track.
Okay, sure enough.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Got some old Traeger.
That's the old center lines. And I had one of the first set in Springfield, put them on that old big heavy car. But I mean, when they first come out, Christine, I think, bought them for me for Christmas, you know.
Wow.
There it is, me in my plaid pants. That's one reason I put that on there. It shows you half down. I got my plaid pants on, and we're talking 70s, guys, you know, so that's what we did.
Heck yeah.
And I got a barn over there in my old chicken house and stuff right there beside me. You know, that's the way it was.
Man, this is a scene from the Dukes of Hazzard right here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think I put the picture of the car now, but I still have that car. I drive it, you know, and everything. Yeah, I've had that car over 50 years. I've been married 52, be 53 here in a couple of weeks, but I've had my Torino for, you know, over 50 years.
Yeah, that's one of
That's a big
that's
deal.
one of the last one. Yeah, that's one of the last pictures you sent. It'll be down the road.
Right.
Here we
people
go.
tell stories all the time, about, oh, I had this car, this, that, and the other. And the last sentence they said is, I should have kept that car.
Right. Yeah. I always say a good car like that's like a good woman. You just keep it forever.
Keep it. Yep.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So when I figured out that Torino was too heavy to race, I bought a Pinto and a kit and put a 302 in it with a C4, put 410 gears in it. Naturally run quarter mile everywhere then. And I would drive this car to work. It's 26 miles from here to Sweetheart Cup. And I'd drive it there and, run it. Had a lot of fun, that little car.
Man, you went from the longest wheelbase to the shortest wheelbase.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, when I was 18, I learned right then, that light cars is going to be the way to go. I always said the smartest guys there is, these guys are buying LS out of the junkyard and putting a heavy car, because you can't beat them. If you do beat them, they're going to say, well, you just beat a junkyard motor and a heavy car. But if they outrun you, they'll really give you a hard time, so, but it just matters who gets there first. We'd take this car to Mocan, and there's a guy out there named Junior Brogdon. He was the tech man. And I took it out there 3 or 4 times. The first time he said, you ought to buy my car. I said, oh, yeah, whatever. Second time he said, really, you ought to come and look at my car. The third time I said, what have you got? And he had the Pinto that'll be coming up in the next picture or two, And that car right there is a Pro Stock 73 Pinto. It had a 351 Cleveland in it, a tunnel ram, 2 4s, and a Lenco 4-speed in it. I bought it rolling. That's all the money I had. I sold my riding lawnmower, sold everything I had, to buy this car. And Kelly Tiller, a good friend of mine, bought the motor out of it. The Lenco transmission, and one of the Tar boys up around Buffalo, they had it's either Leroy or Larry, I'm pretty sure, got the Lenco out of it. And we had it.
Wow. What did this car run?
It just ran pins. It never would run pro gas. It would run modified gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
This was back then before I first started racing. They just started bracket racing. They always run B gas and A whatever and stuff. And I never did understand that. But when I started racing, like I said, in 73 is when they very first started out with bracket racing.
Okay.
That's what we always did.
Yeah.
And probably the next picture right there, I really thought I was big time seeing about this car. I was proud of it. Like I said, I had zero money. And this right here gets to be a good story. I didn't have any money to put the motor in it or anything because I bought the car, and I even had to sell the other little car, to recoup it, just to keep going. Right. But my neighbor, Kenny Schuler, this gets the good part here. He had a 427 out of a Chevelle.
Oh,
he said, let's put that in there. And I was a Ford guy then, not really like I am now. And this was, we're talking in the 70s. People just didn't do stuff like that. Right. So we took that 427 and got a Power Glide. We got a Vega torque converter like everybody did back then, stuck it all together, put it in there, and had it ready, everything ready to go. A good story here on this part even. I put it on, by that time I'd built my own trailer. I've had 2 flat trailers my whole life. I built both of them from scratch. And I had it sitting in the shop back behind there. And 3 of my good friends from Ash Grove, Steve Comer, Jimmy Buckley, and Kim Keith came over one night, and I was working overtime. Christine and I, we had 3 cars, and Monday we'd bring 2 cars to work. That way whoever could stay over had a car to get home, and that way we'd work all our overtime. And I went in early and worked overtime that night, and they come over to check out. They said they'd heard Don had a new car. So they come in there, and Christine opened up the door, and they went in there and looked. It was on the trailer sitting there, and they said they could tell it had a motor in it. And finally, one of them asked Christine if they could take the hood up enough to look at the motor. And they opened that hood up, and it had that rat Chevy motor sitting in it. And Kim Keith is a big Chevy guy, and Jimmy and Steve are both Ford guys. And she said he really give them a hard time about having that Chevy motor in that car.
Yeah.
And the deal was, I already talked to Jerry McCall up in Springfield. He's going to make the headers for the car. So the next night I took it to work. and left it with him and went back the next day to pick it up, and he didn't fix it. And he said, "This is an awful nice car. You don't want to put that Chevy motor in it." So I thought, well, that's right. I brought it home. And I always tell everybody, if I'd left that Chevy motor in there and I'll be a Chevy guy, I might be popular, you know, one of them deals. And that's what we like to joke about. And I bought an old station wagon with a 460 and a C6 in it and put it down in there. And if you go ahead and show the next photo or two. Okay, well, that's still it. And that's my two Pintos there. Yeah. Okay, right here. And that's, I mean, I've always painted I painted the Pinto, I've painted my old pulling trucks, I've always painted everything myself. Okay. And so I decided, you know, to take this one apart. And you can see I had it all the way apart. And probably the next picture will be sort of a one that's brought up close.
Was it the front end?
Yes.
Yeah. So some of these I had to leave out. I can only hold 100.
That is fine. And I understand that 100%. But the other picture I'd zoomed in on the front, that bar that comes forward and hooks up there on the front of the frame wheel went right up against where the headers, where the exhaust manifolds was on that big block Ford motor. So I cut that off with a hacksaw and took a hydraulic jack and jacked it up and used my Lincoln 110 or the little stick welder and welded a piece of pipe in there. And we run that car that way. And we had a lot of fun with it, you know, and stuff. And ended up, the car never did go real straight. I mean, that much weight, that far up in the car and everything. And we went to St. Louis to an AHRA race and pitted right next to a guy in a little Alter, and they had a blower on it and stuff. And it's pretty wild. And I'd always wanted to put an Austin front end on it. And he finally said, okay, wait, we was there. It was a Friday and a Saturday qualifying, and he raced on Sunday. I took a day off work, and we went up there. Jerry Bain went with me. And we'd walk over to the truck stop across the road and take our shower and clean up and everything. We just stayed in the back of my pickup. And I ended up taking it back up there to him, and he put an Austin front end under it. It was at Moscow Mills, and I'm pretty sure he worked at an airplane factory, and it was Jerry Beckel. Oh, and yeah. Jerry, he had two guys that worked at his shop, but he didn't work there all the time. He owned it. We took it to his house. He had a 4-bay shop out there, and Jerry Beckel put the front end under this car, the Austin front end.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
wow, cool.
It was a lot safer, you know, after that.
Right.
Yes.
Did it have a 4 9-inch under it, I'm assuming?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one reason I can keep track of it right there, because Tony, my youngest daughter, was born in 81. We figured she's about 1 there. So it's probably around 82, you know, when we had this car, when I first got it, because it's still brown there. Junior Brogdon, he also had a little Mustang, and it had 2 engines in. He called it Phony Pony. And he went to the funny car deal. And like I said, he was the tech man at Mocan, and he lived there in Miami. There they are. That's the next year after I painted it. And like I said, I do all my own painting. Kim Keith did the lettering on the car where he put my name on it and everything like that.
Heck yeah. And you built that trailer right there?
I built that trailer. Yes. That one. And my tilt trailer that I still use to this day was my second trailer. So in 50 years, I've had 2 trailers, and, you know, both built lightweight. Well, the tilt trailer's got a full floor. That one just had the 2 rails in it and stuff.
You used it the other day, right? At Ozark. We were
always. I mean, I use it all the time.
I saw
people say, "Well, you got in." Said, "I thought you'd have an enclosed trailer." I've got 3. I've got a 28-foot, a 30-foot aluminum trailer and pull behind the RV. Then I've got the 40-foot that I've always pulled. And when people say that to me, I said, "I bet I got a lot more thumbs up driving down the road with a red truck with the white stripes, pulling a Mustang with red white stripes than you did in your enclosed trailer." So that's the reason I really like going down the road to my open trailers.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? I wish some of those enclosed had a glass door or something.
Some of them do. I mean, like Gary Spaniak's dad, I'm pretty sure had one for a while that you could see the cars you drove down the road, and it was neat. Yeah. That's my first wheelie. See the tires up there? That was at St. Louis at that modified the AHRA race. The car run 10.5 flat, something like that. And I couldn't run the 990 class, so we slowed it down to run we couldn't run the 990 class, so we slowed it down to run the 1090 class. And that's at St. Louis when the track ran the opposite way.
Oh, wow.
Instead of running north, we ran south, back then.
You got 929 dial on the window, it looks like.
I think that'd probably be my number.
Is it your number?
Because I ran modified gas up there, which would be an index.
Yep.
And I'd almost bet that is the car number.
Right.
Well, that car would be, because I don't think put it. I know the Trick Pony car, I had Ken put the number on it. Yeah. That's at Tulsa at the Spring Nationals when we went down there. You can tell how low the car set. The top of the headlight buckets was underneath your kneecap. It was it set on the ground.
It is.
Yeah, Holly box there. Did you
I was probably working on a carburetor of some sort. Who knows? I mean, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay, now this is my One Trick Pony car, and this picture is really special to me because Kelly Tiller in the other lane there bought Dave Schaefer's Pro Stock car, and he bought the Cleveland that came out of the Pinto that I bought and put in that car.
Okay.
And through some trading, I ended up getting the car from Roy Haynes. But the 66 or the 65, excuse me, that's a 64 and a half fastback, the One Trick Pony car. That is my stick car now.
Huh.
So I got it around 1980. And it's, that's the car right there. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty neat car.
Heck yeah.
That particular race where I run modified gas in St. Louis, Kelly won the class. I'm pretty sure it's just a bracket race class that he was in. He won it in this car. So, I mean, he did pretty good with it.
Got a winner.
Yep. And this is when we started modifying it. I took it to one of the big engine or chassis guys here locally, and he told me for $800 you put a roll cage in it. So I took it over and he looked at it, and he called me back the next week and said, I've been looking. He said, them frame rails set too high. I said, it's not going to work. He said, $1,600, he'd fix it. And I didn't have $1,600. I had $800.
Right.
So I brought it home, and Steve Jones, that buddy of mine, we bought a SW roll cage kit and put it all together, with that. And I left the front suspension on it because it had A-arms there, and we did everything onto the back, with mild steel and stuff like that. We narrowed the rear end there in my shop. We did everything. That's the clutch pedal setup. We polished the interior, and maybe 10, 15 years ago, I polished it again. It's starting to look a little bit bad, but I mean, that's just the way it was.
Yeah. You run a top loader?
No. I tell everybody it's a Hypo 289 with top loader. It's Larry gets after me on this one because I always say it's a 351 with a Nash, but it's a 427. I traded the Lincoln that come out of my Thunderbird, which I bought that car complete, to Jim Berkey-Ball, and I bought the motor from Jim Berkey-Ball. And we're talking many years ago, the motor that's in it now. And it does wheelie.
Yeah.
There's where we're making all the brackets and everything. We did the whole car. All these people think that Tido and Blake builds all my cars and stuff. I used to do a lot of it, Now I'm should back up here. Steve Jones did the work, and I helped him. I've got to give him credit because I was a foreman up there in the print shop at Sweetheart, and Steve was my maintenance man, and we had become real good friends. He's got a 427 small block and a Pinto with a clutch pedal. So, I mean, he's just a real good Christian friend of mine.
Fantastic.
There's two pictures here. I think they may be a little early. It's with the billboard. Is that
is the stick car? Yeah, this very car that we took them. That's the billboard when you go into the Rogersville racetrack. See, it was there for 10 years. And I thought it'd be neat to take my picture with the car that's on the billboard in front of the billboard. So I pulled over there and did it.
Heck yeah.
That's a Steve Wilson picture and stuff, on that part.
So where'd you get the idea to do the whole different paint job like that and everything?
I don't know if I sent the picture that's got all the cars lined up that's red with white stripes. I've got 10 of them sitting there in a row.
Yeah,
and when I built the turbo car, it was going to be new and everything like that. So I did it like this. You go down their car, down the track, it's a red car with white stripes. You come up the return road, it's a white car with red stripes. And I say everybody in the place knows it. It's two colors like that, except the fire guys down at the end of the track. Because I make a circle around them, they think I've got a white car. You know, that's always been our joke too, you know, because they couldn't tell any difference on it, you know, in that part. And that's when they took the billboard down. I called the company that had it. I said, what happened to that billboard down there? He goes, well, who am I talking to? I said, this is Don Irwin. He said, that's over in the corner of my shop with your name on it. He said, you going to the races this weekend? I said, yes. He said, I'll bring it to you. So he didn't charge me, just brought it to me, you know.
Oh, cool.
And it's huge. You don't realize how big those things are. Well, you can just see me there and my grandkids, you know, standing there. And I put it on the side of my building up there at Willard for a while.
Awesome.
Great story.
And that's stick car, just leaving the line there. A lot of fun. That's one of the Mocan deals. We raced, you know, out there quite a bit. And that's at Rogersville. I think that might even be the picture they made out of the billboard and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Probably the same one.
Yeah.
And this right here was at Mocan. And one of the bracket race guys out there made this meme, and I can't remember who it was. That moment when your drag car turns into a drift car.
Yeah.
You probably can't see real good here in this picture, but you will in the next. That's it. I lost a freeze plug.
Oh, no.
And if you talk about left turn, Clyde, it lit on the 60-foot cone. I mean, it come down. I come down on top of the 60-foot cone. So that was not a good day.
Oh,
man. Got it stopped, didn't hit anything?
No, we didn't have any issues. Yeah.
Good.
Because I had the RPM up. I mean, I was ready to go for a ride, and boy, there it went. Larry Hunt, I think he's even got a video of it and stuff. That's another one. Steve Wilson, he's getting ready to take the picture. And I said, make sure you get one, because I didn't put a diaper on this car. I put a pan. And so it's got the Pegasus on the pan, and you can see it there. And you can also tell I got on it hard enough that the back tires were starting to come up off the ground a little bit, and it turned to the right. And he said, I didn't think he was going to try to run into me when you did that. But, you know, it's a pretty neat picture, because I was telling everybody, if you want to put a pan under your car, this is where you build it, you know.
That's it.
Yeah. That looks like the gas station horse.
It is. It's the Pegasus. The Pegasus. I always say the flying horse. That's what I call all my cars, Pegasus.
Standard. Was that the Standard gas station? I forget what gas station that was.
I think it was Mobile. Yeah.
There's a couple of comments here. Russell Foreman says, Don Irwin is my nitrous hero, only Mustang I ever liked.
Oh, man.
Russell and I both did a lot of nitrous for a long time. Yeah. The one picture I couldn't find. Go ahead.
Oh, Larry, when you was talking about the Chevy motor in the car, he said Ford tough with Chevy stuff.
Yeah, I always told him I like Chevys. They're easy. Put them in the other lane. I had a Chevy racing sign in my fast loop in my tire shop up there. Everybody said, yeah, I know you like Chevys. And I watched who I said to, but I would always say, yeah, I like Chevys. And they said, yeah, why do you like Chevys? I said, when you got them in the other lane, they're easy, you know, and that'd make a lot of them mad. But I mean, everybody's joking, you know.
Yeah. Rod's
here. I want to use that one.
Before I painted it red and white, it was just red with white stripes like all the other cars. And Kerry Baker and I would go down there probably around 92, 3 or 4, somewhere in that area. And Lee and Mary Bozelt owned the track.
Yeah.
And at that time, they didn't have small tire. They just had big tire shootout races. They didn't call them shootouts then. And they would pay Kerry and I to run. The first year I run my car is primered brown. I had a 289 in it. And Kerry could beat me by a fraction every time, but they would always leave both just like this. everybody look at Kerry's car a lot more than mine. He's got a 57 Chevy with flames on it. I mean, very popular racer around here. Then the next year I painted it red with white stripes and put a 351 in it. And I could beat Kerry every round then. And then right after that is when I started doing the shootout stuff. So, but I really enjoyed those 2 years of racing with Kerry. I mean, he said he's a good friend of mine, and we had a lot of fun.
You know what time frame you're talking about right then?
Yeah, when Kerry and I run, like I said, it'd be 92, 3 or 4, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
I also had the street car back. I bracket raced it, but we'd go down there to the special races with the stick shift cars.
Right.
To run them.
Okay.
Now these pictures here with the red and white stuff, they're a lot low. They're up in the 2000s. I mean, well up in the 2000s, 12 or 14, probably even like that. This car here, the little blue Mustang over there, I owned that car 3 different times. When I bought the car in Willard, I drove it home, had a 428 Cobra Jet Ram Air in it, original R code car. Nice. So we did what any hot rodder do. We cut it up.
Oh, I got a good idea.
Yeah, I took it and messed with it a little bit. Then I sold it. Like I said, I owned it 3 different times. But Jimmy Buckley, the guy that I was talking about, come over and seen the Pinto with the Chevy motor in it. He bought the car, and Steve Comer, that was with him at the same night, Steve did all the back halving and everything like that on the car. It was a real nice car. Yeah, and the guy turned it into a street car, and he said that R code means nothing to me because I won't keep the car forever. He's sort of like me and my Torino.
Yeah.
And there it is again. We had a 351 in it with a power glide, had the monoleaf springs on it and stuff. And I mean, it was a good running, driving car.
Back in these days, like the car classes, how was the car count? Was the car count pretty good?
Car counts was good, but we ran bracket 1 and bracket 2. We didn't have Super Pro and foot brake and stuff like that. Most of the time it was around a 1320 ET brake. See, Mocan and Rogersville, everybody ran quarter mile. They ran bracket 1 and bracket 2.
Okay.
Used to be a lot of arguments before they come out with reaction times. Like I said, because everybody say, well, I cut a light. How come you want? They just give him the light. And with reaction times, you look and just see what it is. But when it wasn't ever printed out and nobody knew, everybody thought they was getting took, on that part.
Sure.
Huh.
But that was a real nice car. Like I said, I owned it 3 different times.
Now we get into some of the more, I guess, current stuff here. More
Probably.
recent.
This is this is back in. Well, this right here isn't, because it says Easy Auto instead of Willard Fast Lube on it. This is the car now that has the Pro Charger on it, and all those cars I painted. I've got someone else doing my painting now. The Boss 429 car, 672 car, whatever. I had Dwayne paint it. He's the guy that painted the Thunderbird for me, and he's painting this car here now for me too. And I drove this car back and forth to work forever.
Yeah,
it's my favorite. It's the one that go to the Torino goes to my oldest daughter, and this car goes to my youngest daughter.
Cool. Yeah, it says Wilson Motorsports Photography 2012.
Yeah.
Is it in the bottom there? Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to cut them guys' name off, because, I mean, they take pictures and I buy them from them, and I like to support them and stuff. This is the same car here. This is after Blake at 417 put the Pro Charge motor in it and everything like that. Still got the license plates on it. I mean, everything is street legal stuff on that.
And these two are the same car, you say?
That's the same car, yes.
Wow. Cool.
And it's going back to red with white stripes, because, I mean, that's my deal. Like I said, I don't like white cars, but this, I call it the circus paint job, and just because it's different. I mean, people talk about it.
Yeah.
If it's just another little red car with white stripes, nobody would care type deal.
Right.
Same car. Pretty sure this picture right here was at a no prep race.
Okay.
At this lane. And it did pretty good, at that part. That's it right there.
Okay.
It's a 408. Mike Chemist built this particular motor right here, you know, and it's got a F1X Pro Charger on it. The front, it's all steel, but I take the front end off of it, you know, to work on it.
Yeah.
I took it down in Mark warehouse in Tido. He put the front struts and stuff on this car and everything.
What fuel injection is on it?
It's Holly. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, everything's Holly on it.
Oh, yeah. Good deal.
This is at Mocan, the first pass. I really think that this picture right here, it had a 393 in it, just normal aspirated. That's at Mocan at one of the races, one of the friends. And if I can take a picture and it's got the red side, that's the one I'm going to have, you know. So he got it for me. Yeah. This is where I went to the turbo car.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's Larry Hunt back there.
See Larry back there?
Did you see Larry back there? You'll see Larry behind the car a lot. You'll see him and Al and just a lot of people. You always stand behind the car. And this one had a fast system in it. It had a Dan Millen's motor that had ran extremely fast. You know, it was supposed to have made a lot of horsepower from back then and stuff.
Yeah.
When I bought this car, bought it off the guy in Houston, Texas. Christine and I went to Dallas and we bought it. I dropped my door down on the trailer. He dropped his, and we exchanged a large amount of money, and we rolled it on furniture dollies into my trailer. It didn't have no tires, no wheels, no rear end. Everything come in crates with it, but I mean the car had nothing there. And Mark Warehousen, this is the one I took to Jeff City that he started on. He ended up finishing up down here. And you know, I've won a lot of rounds with boosted cars, but I've never run a race. So me and boosted stuff, just I'm not smart enough to run the computer. It's about like me trying to get on this show earlier, I guess. No, that just write my name in it. That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. Was this an original body in white car?
Yes, it was a body in white car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it came from the West Coast. A guy sent me a letter back one time, or an email through Facebook deal, and said, we hear this might have been your car. I said, well, what does the VIN number say on the windshield? And he walked over and looked, and he said, it says Pegasus. I said, that's my car. Before we put the windshield in it, where the VIN tag was, it was blank. And so I just wrote Pegasus with a Sharpie there. And I guess it's still there.
That's great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a race car its whole life. That's just a Mocan picture. Yeah. Did
you get connected with Dan through Marty when you bought the motor?
No, it was a guy had bought it, and but the Mustang he was going to buy fell through. And when I called Marty and told him I wanted a converter and got ready to tell him about the motor, he goes, I've got all the specs on that motor. He said, I know more about that motor than you do. And he did, naturally, you know. We put it together. We brought it out at Street Machines after Mark had did all the work on it and all this stuff. And really wanted to run Mako with it, being a small block and stuff. And we had a reducer on it. Then Jeff Holloway come around passing out papers, and he looked down there at that. And the next week he went home and he outlawed the reducers on the turbos and stuff, you know. So Jeff didn't sort of want me to run down there with him and stuff. But like I said, we got it, you know, from Dan Mullen. Yeah. It was his setup and stuff.
Yep. How big was the turbo?
94.
Okay. What was the Mako rule? Like 88, 85?
I think it had to be an 88. Yeah. And like I said, after that weekend, they went ahead and Mark drove the car. Mark always drives the first pass. I don't know if he did the Torino because there was no major modifications, you know, on that. But like the True 10.5 car, he always wants to make the first pass. And he made the pass, and we went down there to talk to him. And it threw the rods out of it. It's supposed to be a fresh motor and all this stuff. And then Christine got after me big time, said, you spent all that money, you can't even drive the car. And so the Thunderbird that I had bought, which will come up later, it had a motor. So we used the short block or the block and stuff. They ruined the block and everything on it. You know, we put it all together.
Oh,
Them things happen.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Just another picture of it. And I'd say
There's
Larry's
Goose
probably
back
back there in the back too. Goose too, yeah.
Goose.
Man, everybody's 20 years younger.
Mark.
Yeah. You see Mark sitting there, he's got his hand up on his head. He probably thought, oh Lord, what's he gonna do this time? I'd say that's what's going through his mind. It's funny, these old pictures, when you look back and see the people behind the car, I mean, you never even know they're there otherwise.
Right.
Honestly, Mark probably put me in the beams at this race. I mean, he helped me with the car and helped me a lot with it. He did the tuning, all the computer stuff and everything.
Yeah.
There it is at Mocan, hot summer nights. It did hook up. This picture over here in the dark, I've got a video of it, and I was running Justin Martin.
Okay.
And Kerry Baker, that buddy of mine in the 57, he always said they'll remember how high you go. So if you can't outrun them, go higher than them. You know, so so that's what we did. It was an accident. You know, I mean, we didn't do it on purpose, but I mean, it just hooked and went up. And it did it earlier in the day. Timothy Gurley's the one that took the pictures there, and Jason Dubbs took the one on this side. We've got a video of it. I mean, it's a really neat video of it.
Was this on slicks back then?
I imagine it was on radials.
Radio.
I do know there was a time or two that Russell and Tony and Jason and all them guys was out there running Friday night qualifying, then race on Saturday. And I went out, they just had one pass to make it. And I went number one, and it had power windows, and they was all down at the end unhooking their parachute, and I didn't use a parachute on this one. I dropped that window, and I ran last. I knew I was number one because I seen the scoreboards. I thought about saying I'm number one when I went by him. I didn't. I let it go. Come back, and then Mike, the starter up there, said, well, you got to figure it out. You showed them guys what to do. I didn't tell him, but I was on slicks, and they was on radials, you know, so it worked out a lot better for me on that part.
Wow.
Like I said, had a lot of fun. You know,
yeah,
but never just win a complete race.
Larry said red went 499 in the other lane.
Probably did.
Devin says, hey, Don, sorry to be late to the party.
Tell him he didn't mess much early because I wasn't here.
We spent 40 minutes trying to find you.
Yeah, because I didn't type my name in it.
So out of the two tracks, Ozark, Rogersville, or Mocan, which one do you like best?
I like Rogersville, and I'll even tell you why. I'm 55 miles to Rogersville, and I'm 75 miles to Mocan. When you get done racing at Rogersville, you can stop and buy something to eat. When you come out of Mocan, you stop at a truck stop. You know, it's one of them deals. Yeah. The altitude at Rogersville is around 1,200, and I'm pretty sure Mocan's down, I think, around even 800. Their air is normally better. A lot of guys say they're 60 foot better at Mocan, but my cars always seem to run better, you know, at Rogersville. That was always my main track where I chased points and stuff like that and make sure I didn't miss a race.
Right.
I like Carl and them guys real well out there. Don't get me wrong there.
Oh, yeah.
This is after I painted the car. And Kerry Wrinkle paint the car because I knew I was going to sell it. So we went ahead and did away with the circus paint job and painted like this, and I sold it rolling. Traded it rolling anyway.
Where did it go?
It went to Mel Collier down in Arkansas, Fayetteville. And I bought a coupe down there off of him that's just awesome. That the boss motor, the big motor I had, was supposed to go in it, but at the time it's just easier to put it in my 66, the 65 car. So that's what I did. So I still got that car for sale. It's painted red with white stripes and everything. It's ready to go, but
the Fox
no suspension stuff under it.
The Fox body's ready to go painted?
The Fox body, it's a Fox body coupe. That's just what you guys need. I need to sell a car.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I've seen a ton of pictures of the oil pan on that thing too.
Yeah. No, this is a different car, different Fox body.
Okay.
Huh.
This one has never rolled. It's sort of like the turbo car was. We got to pick it up and roll it around like a wheelbarrow.
Right.
And that's at Rogersville.
That's cool. It's a neat picture.
Yes, beautiful.
Then this is the car that I don't know if I need to use the word made me famous, but this is where I got my reputation right here.
Oh yeah.
I
remember seeing these pictures in Wichita. I didn't know who you were,
right,
what was going on, but I just remember seeing these pictures. Like,
Marty would come down here and run with us quite a bit. I mean, I knew Marty a long time. Neil Chance always got a kick out of my trailer because it always had the Christian fish on it, and he always said, well, at least you got that above the Ford. And I said, yes, sir. It's very important.
That's right.
As you know, on slicks, when you do wheelies like that, it's normally a mistake because you dead hook your radials and take off. When you dead hook a slick, that's what happens to it,
Yeah.
We built, I might be getting ahead of my stories here a little bit, but I've had a 79 Capri, and I put a 557 in it. And Steve Jones and I put a S&W roll cage kit in it and everything like that. And when it come up from the tires, instead of narrowing the frame rails like they do now, this was around 1997, 6 or 7. And we just put a 2x3 angle there. And Jeff Holloway's Mako crew, you couldn't do that. It had to be stock frame rails. And so between that and 2 or 3 other things, I called a guy named Al Scholdenwetter from Chassis Shack, and I bought another car, a 79 Mustang. I was bought the 79s because you didn't have to put catalytic converters on to run legally on the street, so that's one reason I was with them. And I told Al I wanted to put a chrome molly cage in it, and I said that was it. So we made a cash deal. And he was down at Ozark at the time with Chassis Shack, and he put the roll cage in it. So I sold the Capri and built the 632 motor, put in this. The 557 in 1999, they had 8 races. The first 6, I was #1 qualifier and run all 6 races up until the street machines. Street machines, I got beaten the finals by Camaro out of St. Louis. And then in the September race, Matt Combs had a big block Chevy and a yellow Corvette with a blower on it, and he beat me there. But I won 6 out of the 8 races. Wow. And that was before Small Tire had a point series.
Okay.
And Phil Scott come up to me at the banquet. He said, next year we'll have points. So starting in 2000s when he started carrying points.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
That little car, I mean, we got lots of wheelies and stuff with it. Owl did the roll cage in it. Steve probably helped me some on this. I can't remember exactly what all he did, but I painted the car. I wired the car, put the motor in the car, did everything. I bought big block Chevy headers to put on it because of my C head is the same exhaust port on. You had to modify it just a little bit. And I built 3 or 4 sets of headers for this car. And honestly, that's one reason that I wrecked the car when we got done with it. I built headers for the car that come out with the collector was flat with 4 tubes coming in them. I did everything. I mean, come wintertime, you got to work on your car, So, yeah. I mean, I did all this stuff myself on this car, and we won a lot with it. We did real well. Normally, I'd say 75% of the time, I'm down there by myself. Mark Taylor helped me a couple of years. Jason Beck did. Brad Lurchers helped me. Danny Rose helped me on the Thunderbird and stuff, there for 2 or 3 years. But Steve Jones is the main one that helped me building all those cars where we did all the bending on the tubes and notching and stuff like that. He's helped me a lot. So I can't say I did it myself.
Sure.
On the welding part. Now the wiring and stuff like that, I mean, this car here, I pretty much did everything myself on it.
Cool.
And I really get a kick out of it. We always talk about another parachute picture. Everybody always talk about how light it was, this and that. And it wasn't any lighter than anybody else's. I mean, when we show the picture of the wreck here pretty soon, it had steel fenders on it, and fiberglass fenders was legal. It had a glass windshield in it. Had steel doors on it, not fiberglass doors, and all that stuff was legal. They'd always say that about how light, and I just mouth a little bit or let it go on and stuff. And you walk by their cars, they had weight hanging all over because they couldn't make it work. Right. Mine either worked or went straight up. Let's put it that way. So just one of them deals.
Oh,
This wreck right here, I was going right down the center of the track. There's a real good video of it. Stanley Stickler did. And I was in the center of the track. Christine videoed it until the car broke loose. She screamed and turned the camera. She knew instantly what happened. As I always drive my car, you take your finger off the trans brake button. I always put my finger on the shifter to make sure the automatic shifter. At that time, it might even had to shift it manually. As soon as you do that, you go straight to the parachute. And if you got to use 2 hands to drive the car, the parachute ought to be out anyway. That was my theory all along. So I would throw the parachute as soon as it broke loose, because the parachute, you can see it come out. It almost turned over, and it really made a mess. You know, I did race the car again in 3 weeks. I had my own alignment shop and stuff, so I could check everything out with it, you know, like that. The car really never did work good after that. But see, it had steel fenders on it and everything like that, and I could have been running fiberglass and stuff then.
right.
The other pictures, I didn't have this one, but the video, Goose was right down there in the middle of it trying to help out, and Jason Brown, and I mean, all them guys. I mean, they're always, like I said, I go down to the track by myself, but I don't care if somebody lines me up or not. But I've got a lot of people that'll help me. Lining your car up, it don't take 5 people to line up a car. If you back up and you see the track, and if you drive forward the length of the car straight, you're going to go straight. Roy Haynes lined me up for 3 or 4 years, and I always told him, if I get about 2 foot from the line and you start pointing your finger one way or the other, I'm going to finger you. You know, that's too late to line your car up. You need to drive the length of your car. You need to aim the car and not drive it. You know, you got to just, if you drive forward, other people go up there and they'd say, I told you to turn, you didn't turn. I ain't turning because I can see where I'm going. That steering wheel's going to be straight. And you get 3 foot from the track, the starting line, you turn your wheels, you're in a mess, you know. But that's my theory. So that's the way it goes.
Right on.
You said something about the headers and causing the wreck.
That's going to be the one that goes off the end of the track.
Oh,
yeah. That will be, I've had 2 wrecks. I don't call the deal at Mocan. This right here, he did a wheelie and got all 4 tires off the ground. And I built fender well headers for it through this winter. And this was, I do think it's a street machine, so I'd run them all year. And when I took off, it got all 4 tires off the ground. And when it come down hard enough that the front headers pull the brake calipers out of the brake hoses out of the calipers. I had a single master cylinder on it, and I didn't go fast. I punched it enough and killed the motor to just get to the turnoff. And I was in the left lane, and a Camaro out of Arkansas, I can't remember his name, just right this man, I know it real well. He was in the right lane. The left lane, past the finish line, there's no guardrails over there. You can't pull over. Not that I would wanted to get over and try to scrub off speed there anyway. And he was in the right lane, so I couldn't pull in front of him.
Right.
And so I know there's been people killed going off the end of that track, and there's 2 rows of, there's a row of hay bales, a catch fence, another row of hay bales, and another catch fence, and it went halfway through the other catch fence. I was just pumping the brakes, and there was nothing there. And I mean, I knew what was there. I've heard guys try to dodge this, and I just picked out the hay bale in the middle and went right into it.
Okay.
Wow.
And now, when Al was the track manager down there, they bought a great big Stroud safety net. They've got pea gravel down there, so I do think they stir it up often, hopefully before every race, but I know they do often. So you shouldn't have this issues, you know, after my wreck and some other stuff like that.
Right.
That's what finished the old car off right there.
Oh, man. Larry Hunt says the snake den wreck man the copperhead.
Yeah, that's what he always says. I've really figured he'd be talking about the drag radial comment or something like that. He come up to me, he said, "You all right?" I said, "No." He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Feel right here. I broke my sternum, and you can feel it sticking out there."
Whoa.
He said, "You better go to the hospital." And I said, "I will after drag radial runs," because I wanted to watch them. He's joked about that for many years. So I spent the night in the hospital and come back and got the car the next day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Larry and I, we did a lot of stuff together.
Here's the Thunderbird.
That's the Thunderbird. This picture right here, Steve Taylor. We had the True 10.5 car. I guess we're not to it yet. It was in the magazine, and this was in the magazine, RPM magazine too. And this is one of the pictures, you know, he'd put in it.
Cool.
The picture here on the top has to be about my favorite picture that I even own. because look at all the people. That was at Street Machines, and look at all the people. The car's got the front tires up, and then it shows Christine's in the car with me, so I'm sure in the Razor with me, so I know that Danny Rose is in the car. You know, that car, when we built it, I bought it I bought it complete and sold it to Steve Comer, and then bought it back, and when I put my 632 in it and stuff. And I told Mark Tito I wanted to put a single wheelie bar on it, because I've seen people work with it. The motor sits way back on this car. It'd be a perfect no prep car, and the car was real light. And it would take off. It would never go straight, because, I mean, Kevin Nickerson's a real smart guy, will help anybody. He come down there one time at the start of the night and said, do you want me to line you up? I said, sure, yeah, if you want to. So he lined me up, and it took off to the right. So we didn't say anything to him. And then come back on the second round, and Justin West got out in front of the car, and Kevin was behind it, and they lined it up. So this time, instead of going to the right, it went to the left. And so, like I said, I run back to the car, not doing anything, just working on it by myself, and pull back down there, and I look, and the two guys are sitting over there on the wall. I got a kick out of that. It wasn't their fault. It just, the single wheelie bar on that car just wouldn't work. We put the I had Mark build 2 wheelie bar for it, and we went to Mocan. We won one of my favorite races out there on the hot summer nights, you know, in the big tire class with the car. Right. So we did real good. Like that top picture, I really like it. It's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. What year area was this? What year?
This wasn't very long ago. I would say 2000, maybe 21, something like that. This wasn't very long ago in the Thunderbird, after I bought it back and repainted it, because it might even be a little bit later than that, because this is after I parked the True 10.5 car and went to the big tire. These are some of the pictures the guy had in the catalog and in the magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The car was brown. It wasn't a Glidden car or nothing like that. I just painted it. Honestly, this paint job is for like the 88 Glidden car, and this car was the 85 and 6. This car should have been blue, but I'm not going to paint my Thunderbird blue. You know, if I was going to try to match it up totally.
Sure.
Yeah. It's yours. You do what you want.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And I sold it to a guy up in Iowa. I mean, we run the top race was at Rogersville. The bottom race was at Mocan.
Yep.
That's when I run the big tire out there hot summer nights.
Cool.
Awesome.
Danny Rose and Mark Warehousen, me and Christine should be probably in all of them.
Right.
Yep.
But it's a fun car to drive.
My buddy Jim in Salina says he loves that T-Bird.
Yep. A lot of people talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
The car I ran in the finals, this is just another race at Rogersville that we had won. The car running the finals was a Cutlass and had a big block Chevy. It was mainly a bracket car, a real fast bracket car. And everybody said they could hear him purging the nitrous. It didn't come out of the car, but it's under the car. And I can't remember if I won on a whole shot, but it's extremely close. I think I was a little better on the tree and a little bit better on the reaction time, but it was really close. You know, they're on the big end. Carl, we've got a real good video of it. You know, you hear Carl talking and stuff on it. Everybody said it looked like Warren Johnson running Bob Glidden, because the car did not have a Warren Johnson paint job on it, but it's the exact car like his with the big hood scoop and everything on it.
That's cool.
This is the True 10.5 car. I bought it in 1989, pretty sure somewhere thereabouts, and it's sat in my field for 20 years. It was a nostalgia drag car. I can't remember, the odometer had like 8,000 miles on it, but I mean, had a straight axle under it and everything like that.
Man,
we had to change the quarters and everything. The front clip, I still use the front clip now in one of my other cars and stuff. But I mean, that's where my True 10.5 car. And awesome. When we took it and had it powder coated, not powder coated, sandblasted, bead blasted, we should call it. The floor looked like Swiss cheese. So we cut the floor out of it, the firewall, the frame rails and everything like that. Mark never even had to mess with them. He just set the car on the chassis, you know, when he put it, you know, to tack everything up. Then we put the factory floor back in it. It's got a stock floor all the way back to the past the rear, the back of the door. So it's just a good back half car.
Mm-hmm. Those your donkeys?
Those are miniature ponies. And that's one reason I got it. I had my little horses out there all together. We had 10 of them at one time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All the ponies.
Yeah. I live out in the country, and there's a hillside here, so I'd park all my old cars back over the hill. Nobody ever see them there. You know, the house don't look too bad and didn't want to look too junky, so that's just part of it.
Yeah.
Well, we found out Tido has a donkey that hangs out with us out in the field.
Yeah. Man, as soon as Steve Wilson took this picture, he said he knew it was sold because it got Christine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this now this car?
That's that car, yes. Yeah.
Oh, looks so good. Whew.
And that's when it had the 632 nitrous in it. We did pretty good with it. It was a little bit faster than box body car, but much safer and easier to drive.
That looks really cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, it is all completely red now with white stripes. This is when it was in the magazine, and people will look at that picture and that topping up to the right and say, well, I like the red one better, the white one better than the red, or something like that. Anytime they tell me they like the white side better, I'll say, don't you like my other cars? You know, and then they wouldn't know what to say. So we had a lot of fun with it on that.
Oh my goodness.
You got a red one and a white one.
Yeah. Same car. I had the LED lights in the front with the circle. You know, it's got a button that you can push and change to set which color you want.
Right.
I never did put it, so I left it on random. I would drive down to the starting line. It'd be red, blue, green, purple, you know, just yellow. Just keep changing colors. And you'd see everybody pointing at it. If I'd left it on one color, they wouldn't have been pointing. I mean, you got to do stuff that people will talk about.
Yeah.
There you go.
This car looks so awesome in that top picture. Man, it looks so good.
It would leave hard, and it's a good car. We started off, had a torque arm in it where he thought we could run maybe some more of the races and stuff. I mean, like I said, it's got stock frame rails and everything else on it. We ended up putting a 4-link in it where it's just a lot more adjustments and made it just a lot better. Mark did all the work on it. Mark built this car from that front straight axle picture all the way. Yeah, I mean, he did every bit of it.
Man, it sets good.
Yeah, it sets down on the ground. Just another parachute picture. I've got a lot of, especially these later years. Them early years, nobody had cameras down there, and it was before Facebook or anything like that. And you know, you just don't get them. And I'm sort of sucker to buying pictures, you know.
Yeah, that's like an easy sell for a photographer is you get a parachute picture and they're gonna buy it.
That's it. They all go down there to get that, you know.
Yep. Got my first one with Rogersville with Melissa.
Yep.
Yeah. This top picture that shows the Boss 672 in it. Then I think that's a stick car over there. I really thought you could see the Torino back up at the top right. You know, they had to roll it out of the garage. This, they shut us down here. I mean, I got to put pictures of Christine on there, then Tim Egley there. They shut the cars off because of something on the track, and it was a real hot day, so they opened the doors, and they was checking on me there. I always thought that was a pretty neat picture.
Yeah.
Tim's a good Ford guy. He's a good friend. Yes.
Talk about the little top picture there, the motor and the whole setup right there.
Okay. Like I said, I bought the car off Mel Collier and got this motor. It's come out of a mud truck. Not so much a pulling truck. It's normal aspirated 672 Boss Ford motor. And my idea was to make a low RPM, just car we can just go out there and almost bracket race it. And it's never made a pass. It would spin every time. The fastest it ever went was a 464 at 168. And I left in high gear on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get it done. Jason Lansdowne runs the Black 57 Pro Mod down there. He always pits 2 spots down for me. He come by, he said, you should put a 3.0 gear in it. He said, I said, I did. He said, I was joking. I said, I'm not, you know, so it's one of those deals. But it still has the 3.0 gear in it. In the RPM range, I want to turn it. That's where I need to be if I'm going to try to run with, say, Devin and Adam and them guys, Russell, all of them.
So this car,
that's all the same car.
Same car. Okay, so
Yeah,
you made a
yeah.
transition from
I took the
nitrous
632 nitrous motor out, and we put the big motor in it. And I put the nitrous motor went into the Thunderbird all at the same time.
Okay. You need a
and
spreadsheet.
I know you got so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
And a Pro Charger here. How big is this Pro Charger?
That's 136 is F3.
Right on.
Okay.
I hope you've got the picture in there of the horsepower and stuff.
That one?
That one right there, that bottom picture. Now
Yep.
look at the torque.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
the interesting part of this picture, if you'll look at it, the RPM on that 2096 horsepower is at 5,400 RPM.
Yep.
So you bring that to 7,000, think how much more boost that Pro Charger is going to put in. Think about what the horsepower would be then.
Oh, no kidding.
But we never did get it there. Like Mark said, why beat it up on the dyno? We had it figured out where it's running clean and everything on that part. So, I mean, who knows? I'd like to say I had a real high horsepower motor. I'm not going to throw numbers out there because you can't prove it, you know, but I do know it had over 2,000 foot-pounds of torque, you know, so that's what my tire issue was.
Is this something you want to bring out next year, or is it something you're going to play with at all?
Probably will. I want to sell it, if you want to know the honest truth. I mean, I have a real good time going to index racing. I can do that by myself, especially as me and Christine. If I ran this car, I'd have to have somebody to work the computer on it. I can do all the maintenance, but I just got to have somebody, and it's not good when you have a racer that's racing their own car and they've got to quit what they're doing, come over and babysit me. I just don't like people touching my cars. The Fox body, you know, nobody touched it but me.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one, I shouldn't tell it, but I'm going to anyway. I said, Jason Brown come over one night and was going into the later rounds. He wanted to help put spark plugs in. It's a nitrous motor. You know, I had to do it all the time. And I said, no, I'll get it. So I'm going to do it. He said, I'll put them in and you tighten them. And I said, okay. So he put them in there and I went around there and tightened them. And I didn't get one of them tight enough because they didn't know how many turns to do it. And it pushed the plug out and stripped out the cylinder head, like with 2 rounds to go. And he knew what happened. So he come over there and he took a Dr. Pepper can and wrapped it around the spark plug. And we sort of beat it in there. And I did a real small burnout and didn't spray a lot of nitrous to it. I think we might even put a plug in the nitrous on that cylinder, you know, so it would be easy on it. So we went down through there and it blew it out again, you know, halfway down the track. And I won that round. We come back to the finals. We did the same thing on that. And like I said, I work on everything by myself. And Jason, he'd send me text, said, when you get it back in that car, it was in you couldn't pull the heads off in the Fox body in the car. So I had to pull the motor out and I had to take it down to Bamber's at that time and they fixed it and brought it back. And he said, when you going to get your motor? Just in conversation. So I told him, and well, naturally, you know what happened? Here comes Jason after work. He said, let's put it in. So Jason helped me put the motor in then. David got to come and help me work in my shop one time. And Danny Rose did some, but I mean, otherwise nobody touches my car but me, you know, and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a loner. I don't care. I mean, I'm happy that way.
Have to remember the Dr. Pepper pop can trick.
Yeah, just the aluminum can. Hey, Gary Spaniak did the same thing. And I told them guys that story, and they did the same thing, put a pop can around a spark plug at a race. I'm pretty sure this summer or the summer before.
They had trouble at Centerville, didn't they, Rod?
Yeah, it was this summer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the car back behind the top picture there, that's my 95. That was the one I drove to work. It was a red Mustang, and actually I had to paint the white. I did it by myself, you know, put the white stripes on it.
Sure.
Oh, you sent some like some newspaper.
Okay. This right here, when they first started running shootout races at Rogersville with small tire, Kerry Baker and Brent McCoy and I went to Memphis and watched the small tire cars run down there at one of their big shootouts.
Yeah.
And so I thought, man, my 66 will do that. So he's going to convert it over. And so I started running. It had a 337 in it. That's the first time I bought a 2-kit nitrous system for it. And I called the guy up. I said, when do you turn the second kit on? He said, when you can see the track again. So think about it. So it was doing that. I'd run the stick car me and Carrie had and stuff, you know. So I did a lot of wheelies. And my brother-in-law built this car and had a 502 motor in it. Jim Audia did the tuning on it and stuff. Real fast car. And we set the track record at Rogersville with it. And we went down to Oklahoma City and run down there the Soul Brothers race and 2 or 3 other races. They put our car. At that time, there was not many cars in the small tower that had big blowers like that. But I was always driving my other car, and I was coming up the return road one time, and Alan got on, and the front end come up, and he got out, and he got up, caught it on again, it come back. And he'd always ask me to drive it. I said, let me drive it. So the first time I drove the car the next month, several of them guys call it the wheelie. It picked the front tires up as an excellent car, and I bet it carried them past the 330, and I stayed on it. It worked out really good. That was the night we set the track record and stuff, and can't remember if we ever won a race with that car, but we had a lot of fun. But that's the only time I've drove a car that wasn't mine. But always the old nostalgia questions. What's the first track record Don Irwin had? I'm pretty sure that says 1996. No.
98.
98. Okay. Because 99 is when I got the Capri done with the 630 or the 557 and won the 6 races in a row with the 8. But I drove Alan's car there. They ended up building a alcohol funny car. I bought one of Scott Palmer's alcohol funny cars, ran after 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Make a note of that, Rod, if you're ever on Jeopardy and you get that question.
Well, back when the people stick them on the computer, everybody said, I bet it was a red Mustang. It was wrong. It was a red Nova. You know?
Man, we might have been at the same races together here. This Thunder Valley and Noble, right?
Yeah, they run the Soul Brothers, and they had another big race they run down there.
The Muffler Shootout. That was the other big race. Yeah, we were down there racing. That's when Corey and I had the yellow 68 Camaro. Yeah. It was a good time.
Because MSRA would run down there on their small tower stuff, but this wasn't an MSRA race. It was just a outlaw small tower.
Yeah, Shane and Trey would have the MSRA. It started in Wichita. That's just great.
Larry Hunt says you drove my Malibu for points.
I did drive his Malibu for points. I couldn't hardly even see out of the steering wheel. I had to sit back so far. But I did. I hurt my car one time. And I did drive Larry's car one time, yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people took pictures as I was coming down the hill. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that's great. Don, the Rogersville there, Ozark, their points, Gary and I talked about racing it next year. Are they, is it a 4-race series?
I really don't know. They had them. I mean, my cars haven't been working out in that deal, and I'm not going to say.
Okay, that's fair. I'll check.
I do think they are going to have a banquet and stuff and things.
Yeah.
This deal right here, Craven, Chris Carroll, he called me one Sunday afternoon. I happened to be out with the frickin' Smiths that had the Nova, and was driving back and was texting. He said, how many street machines do you want? I said, I think so-and-so. And I told him, he said, how many of this and how many of that and everything. And finally, his last text, he said, you don't know what I did, do you? And I said, no, I don't know what you did. And that's when he told me that they was having the race that was named after me. And it had already been out there for 4 hours, he said. So I thought instead of trying to talk him out of it, I thought, well, I'll just go for it. And I'm proud of it. I mean, it's something to brag about. It's one of the Hall of Fame is a big deal, but this was a big deal also. Then over to the right is just some of the plaques I won, through the years, the points championships and everything like that. We always got a jacket with the plaque and stuff like that. And all my jackets that say runner up are still brand new. I've never worn them. I just wear the ones that say champion on it.
Champion. This Lifetime Achievement Award deal, I'll read this. It says, Don Showtime Irwin, awarded in recognition of 50 years as an ambassador of the sport of drag racing, 13-time track champion, 5-time Street Machine Nationals champion, first in the 4s on a small tire in 2007, and 2016 Southwest Missouri Drag Racing Hall of Fame inductee.
Yeah, like that, I'm really proud of that plaque. The Hall of Fame is a big deal too. That's pretty neat,
Yes.
Dude, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
And they put the Ford emblem on it. They had to do that for me. They knew I'd like that.
Yeah. No, it caps it up. That's who you are.
Yes.
Don Irwin Ford man with a red car. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Anybody said they've ever been to a shootout at Rogersville? I said, well, I was there. I missed one. My granddaughter had a code blue one time, and so I missed the race then. I got to be honest, there was one race I went down there and I watched and didn't race at, but I've been to all the rest of them. And this is just the big thing about this. Kerry Baker, like I was talking about, my buddy at the 57, his niece worked at the Willard paper.
Okay.
So she would come by every week and want me to buy an ad, and I would give her a picture, and so they'd put this deal in there. I mean, that's the only reason you're going to get your name in a lot of papers and stuff like this. I didn't go ask or nothing like that when she'd come by. 2 or 3 of those are bracket racing with the stick shift car. And I think in 1993 or 4, Lee and Mary had the track, and I've got a gift certificate from O'Reilly's for $75. We didn't get a plaque, so I just kept the gift certificate. I was writing everything off through the shop I bought through O'Reilly's, so I just never did use it.
Yeah.
So I've got it, but
Lee and Mary at MSRA. They started racing that. That's where I met them.
Is that Baltzel? Is that their last?
yeah, Lee and Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Cypert says, I have a autographed trophy from his race. I won no box.
There you go.
Cool. That's cool.
The day they had that race of mine, I went around. I told Christine to come with me. She got bored. I went to every trailer, and people that I knew, I'm a fan of the sport. I watch and know a lot of people. Stick my head and thank them for coming. Everyone and call me by name. I went down the spectator side and talked to people. 2 or 3 people said, "You own the place?" And I said, "No." I said, "But this race is named after me. Thanks for coming."
That's awesome.
I've got to tell the story too. I mean, I've got a trophy with my name on it, and they had a real bad wreck the night of the race, and a guy in a Mustang tore up the guardrail, so they canceled it and came back the next week. And so we was down there the next week, and Craven, Chris Carroll, sent me a text. He said, "Do you realize there's not any pro mod cars here?" And I said, "No." And see, I had the Thunderbird down there because I had all the cars there. We had antifreeze in it and everything like that. He said, "Do what you want to do." So I went down there and made a qualifying pass and made one pass and won it. And so I've got a trophy with my name on it too.
Oh,
but like
wow.
I said, it's pretty cheap to get it because there wasn't anybody else in the class, but they'd already made it. So, I mean, I'm proud of it. I don't have to tell the whole story, but I mean, that's the way it was. There was no other cars in the class, so I got it that way.
Sure.
That's great.
I'll take it. You know,
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have known it if he hadn't sent me the text, but I mean, he was taking care of me. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's another batch of clippings.
Yeah, that's a lot of them track records and some of them championships and stuff like that and everything. This is the car that I run index in now when I bought it. I bought it off Shane Stark up at Rolla. Excellent car. You know, I had to customize it and actually put the red, white stripes on it and stuff. And I put a different hood on it, a cow hood, so it looks like my other cars.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put an oil pump in. I've had to do 2 or 3 other things, odds and ends stuff. But, you know, I mean, it's a real good car. That's the wife, and that's at Mocan. We got some pictures of it. And just some more pictures. The lower picture still got the big hood scoop and stuff on it. I should tell this one on myself too. We went out there in the street machines, won the first round. And second round, I had run one of the guys that had a big throttle stop on his car and a whole bunch of stuff. And I didn't want to run him, but I thought I just got to cut a light. So I cut a light and took off. And I was watching him back there. He'll run 20 mile an hour faster than everybody else. And I knew he was going to be coming. So he was coming. I looked up and run a 651 because the car runs 570. I'd put a lot of weight in it, put a ET Genie on it, had it cranked back and all this stuff. I thought, good, I won back. So I was patting myself on the back, getting back to the trailer, and I pulled around the trailer, and Christine's there. She sort of dropped her head, and I put thumbs up, and she put thumbs down. I thought, what happened? I red lighted by a .002.
Oh,
you know,
man.
and I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I thought I had won.
Dang.
And believe me, my shootout cars, I just can't cut lights like that. I don't know if I went a fraction deeper or what, but from now on, I'll pay a lot more attention to it and make sure I go in as shallow as I can. Because when you're trying this little car, it'll cut a light, you know.
Man.
That's awesome.
That's the awnings at my building.
So this would be the front door and the back door?
The front door and the back door. Yeah.
That's cool.
Jane and Lisa Gordon made the front. They make all my front clips. Jason Lansdowne makes all my hoods. And the guy that bought my shop's a Chevy guy. So I'm just waiting for the day whenever he gets to come up with a Chevy front clip, because that is one of the good lightweight ones, you know, so I'd sort of like to have it.
Right. You get hail or anything that beats that thing up?
Never had any issues.
Wow.
When I wrecked the Fox body, I ended up putting it up on top of the scoop, on top of the awning there, but I didn't have a good picture of it. Yeah. So it says Don Irwin Racing and stuff on it. Like I said, so far Bruce hadn't took it down.
Yeah. The Torino you was telling us about earlier.
Right. That's it right there. And that's a present picture on it.
Man.
I put 17 and 18-inch wheels on it. And I got to admit, I put a Coyote in it with a 6-speed manual.
Oh, cool.
It would get 8 to 9 miles per gallon. That's all it ever did get with a 429. Everybody said, you ruined the value of it. It goes to Tammy, my oldest daughter. Now it has power steering and air conditioning. The car, it had the ribbon tack in it and an AM radio. And that was it. I mean, it was just an old hot rod. And like I said, I've had it for over 50 years.
Man.
Wow.
The paint, that's factory paint. It is not that good as the picture makes it look. Let's just leave it at that, you know.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Larry Hunt says, tell him about the shop roof.
The shop roof at Easy Tire is the airplanes fly right over Willard when they land. And so I got up on top of the roof. This is what somebody, when you're getting bored, you shouldn't have this much time. On the weekends and after hours, stuff like that, I wrote in great big letters, I says, I race Mustangs. I wrote Easy Tire, then I'd set underneath it, and we're talking 10-foot letters, says, I race Mustangs. That's on the shop roof at Willard.
That is awesome.
Oh, man.
So when the planes fly in, you know, they can see that.
Yes. You said in your message that in the pictures you said it's the one you want to end on. Is it the trailer picture?
I don't remember. Maybe it might have been the Torino there.
Okay,
probably.
There's like a meme on a trailer, and I couldn't tell which one you was talking about.
I'd almost bet it was the Thunderbird, because I knew I missed out, or the Torino there, because I missed out putting it on there whenever we was doing the Torino pictures, and I didn't know how to back up and add it, slide it in there or anything. So it's probably this one.
Larry says that roof is visible from Google, and Russell Foreman says Google Earth.
Right.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So this deal
That's
here,
the one I want to end on right there. That's the one.
We'll come back to it then.
Okay. Now this, you got to have a sense of humor. You know, everybody had their names on their trailers back when I was racing all this stuff. So I started to pull my names off my trailer. I got doing this. My wife called me a dork, you know, but I thought, look, what am I going to write there? So do I win? You know, it's Don Irwin.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't go anywhere with it. I took it off, you know, but it's just out here in the driveway. I took it off.
Well, doing your running through your pictures and loading your pictures for the show, all the cool cars and stuff you've got and we've had, or I don't know how many cars you got, but it says, do I win? And I thought, well, I heard the old saying, he who dies with the most toys wins.
There you go. There you go.
Win.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be there.
Yeah.
You got awesome toys.
Well, we've got the slingshot. We've got a bunch of other stuff. I mean, self-employed for 30 years. Hey, started off, my dad wouldn't give me $20. I've made it all myself. And, you know, well, I've never had a fishing license, never owned a boat.
Yeah.
Did hunt in the early 70s, but all I do is drag race. I'm a boring person. We bowl, in the drag racing league. I got to tell a real quick story there. All the Zimmerman that owned Mark and Tim's car. What was it? Okay. Anyway, he come out there bowling with us one time. He was bowling with Mark and them. And we was bowling, having a pretty good time. And he came up to me, he says, now they told me we come out here and just do this for fun. He said, you seem to be taking this pretty serious. I said, no, we're doing it for fun. It's just a lot more fun when you win. So that's sort of my attitude on all of it,
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to win, but I'm going to beat you on my best shot,
Mhm.
Yeah.
We always say a prayer, before we race, and me and Christine and stuff. And I've always did it in my car. Back when I had the Fox body, I'd always start my prayer, Lord, make my Ford start, because I've had issues too, and stuff like that. And anybody that's an athlete and you don't pray for the other guy to do bad. You
Right.
pray for you to do as good as you can do. And if it's better than that guy, that's the way it is. So that's the way we look at it. We're all friends until we put the helmets on, and then look out, because we're going to do what we got to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here's the picture you want to end on.
Yeah.
This says, you may be cool, but you will never be towing a Mustang drag car on a trailer with a Torino cool.
But I'm going to do that.
Is that your goal? You're going to do that?
So that's my goal. I've got a trailer hitch that go on the Torino, and I'm going to, if I get this house sold, stuff like that, going to buy an aluminum trailer and stuff like that. So I'm sure going to attempt that, because I've always thought that was that's a real old picture, and I've always thought it was neat.
It is.
That's a great picture. That's a great attitude, John. You got a great attitude.
Yeah. Well, that's what life's all about. You got to enjoy it. You got to have it, fun and enjoy what you do.
Yeah, that's a big key.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I guess we did get it all in.
Yeah.
There's some I had to skip out on to get them all.
That's not a problem. I think you did a good job on editing, because there was a lot of pictures of the same cars and stuff like that, just different parts and stuff.
Yeah, some of them were kind of similar.
Yeah.
Well, this is a part of the program where, you got to give you the mic to thank everybody that's got you here, all your friends, family, and sponsors. Go ahead.
All right. I got to thank the Lord Jesus Christ, for giving me the ability to do it. And definitely my wife, she lets me spend all her money. Steve Jones helped me so much. Steve would never come down around the track where I'm at. He didn't want to be out in the spotlight either, but him and Randy Ware would come and help us. And then, like I said, Mark Taylor, Jason Beck, and Brad Lurcher, and Danny Rose helped me a lot. And, I just appreciate that. And I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for this opportunity. Like I said, when you're an old man and all these young kids down there, they don't know who you are. And not that I am anybody. I always said, you can't be a has-been if you never was, but at one time I could do pretty good and stuff. And like I said, the Lord's been good to us. I'll be 71 here in a couple of weeks. So still plan on being index racing, and we'll see how it works out, that small tire car.
Man.
I hope I can do what you're doing at 71.
Agree.
Well, I've got a leaky heart valve and stuff like that. At least now, since I sold the place, I've got time. I walk 3 miles every morning. The day being Sunday, going to church, I won't, but I'll be willing to bet, even being cold tomorrow, I bet sometime during the day I will. I just walk here in the driveway, and you got to do what you got to do. I've lost 35 pounds since they told me that, and feel better and everything about it.
Good for you.
Good job.
Yeah.
You've been on our radar for a while here to do this. So yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, because I know I've got a lot of friends like that has told you stuff. So
yeah.
Because you guys wasn't around this area and stuff, when I was racing, and
Right.
I always ran. All the guys in my class, they'd go to Memphis, they'd go to Texas to the big race, they'd go several places and talk about how fast their cars was. If my car went, it would have been fast like that too. but I was a pretty successful business owner. I unlocked the doors in the morning. I locked them at night. Very hands-on. I mean, employees probably got aggravated some on that part, but we wanted it done right. I had a reputation, and I just couldn't travel. Now I'll be able to travel more than I ever did, but I mean, I'm too old to, do a whole lot type deal, but still enjoy it. It's fun. Like I said, it's the only hobby I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, like the plaque says, you're a great ambassador for the sport.
I try to do things that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well, thanks you for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I apologize for not getting on here right to start with, but I thought I was sitting there looking at myself and the mic was working. I thought, well, I'm good. Then Larry sends me a text. They're waiting for you. And I thought, what am I going to do? Gary said, write your name in there. And when I said I did that, bang, it went.
Yeah. Awesome.
As we could see that.
Yeah.
And you're
all
going
right.
to the
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you're going to the banquet next weekend?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll be there.
Yep.
My wife, well, she might have a family deal, but I mean, that's sort of her hobby too, down there's where it's at. So we'll have a good time.
Well, we want to talk to you again there at the banquet.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Cool.
We appreciate you coming on. Gary, do you have anything else for Mr. Don?
I don't, man. Don, again, thanks so much for your time, and thanks for your time putting the pictures together. You sending them in order helps me so much.
Right.
Trying to, piece them together, what makes the story flow, and you did a great job doing that. So thank you for doing that.
Well, I can sit here and tell you a whole bunch of stuff, but when you got pictures to prove it, makes it a little bit easier, and it'll make my easier for me to remember, what was going on when I see the pictures.
Yep.
And stuff.
Yeah. That was great.
Great stuff.
Great job. Great stories.
Yep.
All right. Well, we appreciate
All right.
you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Don. We will see you next weekend at the banquet.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Great job.
Man, awesome.
Yeah. That's just fantastic. And, the Showtime, to be the legend, like you say, and, he's a little older and some of these, younger cats don't know who he is. And it's good to have that story, and so humble and just, I want to be that cool when I'm 71.
Oh, no, me too. Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Just the cool cars he's had is wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. And this, his work ethic he talked about, when he was young and being out there in the fields to get his first cars and to kind of make it on his own. And and that's just, good stuff, man. Earned everything he's got. So,
that's a great story, man.
Yeah.
That's a good way to be. A hard worker, loves to race. Doug Perry, this is a great show, guys. Cool stories, Don. And Mateo, I don't know what that is. Jim Lauer says, awesome show. Thanks, Jim.
Yes.
We got it figured out.
Yeah, we did. No, it's good. We had a couple of little bumps along the way, but we made it happen. So
I'll work on my camera.
To you getting your camera fixed, and
I'll work on my camera this week.
Yeah, we'll go down to Seneca, Missouri, and hang out, have a good night, and come back and talk about that next week.
Yep, that'll be fun. Be a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. Cool. And the Chiefs didn't get beat today.
No, they did not. So
All right, you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right, let me find this dealy bopper here. All right, ready?
Yep.
Boom.
Boom. Good stuff.
All right.
All right.
Shout out to our partners one more time. Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, TNS Race Cars, Titans of 10.5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest, Mobile Recon, Mobile Detailing, Harry Street Carpet, and Sandlin Iron and Metal. Thank you to those awesome partners for hanging out with us in 2025.
Nice job. Nice job. I'm
Doug
glad we were
Perry,
able to
have a
get him
good
on
week.
here.
What's that?
I'm just glad that we were able to get him on here and make that work. That worked out great.
Yep, it did. It was perfect. Yep. All right, everybody. It's time to go back to work.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Yep. Good job, Rod. Thanks for your time. And Don, Erwin, thanks for your time again. And we're out. Sunday night, we're done. Good night, everybody.